Welcome to Marked Up Live.
There. All right. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm moving slow tonight. What's going on? Welcome out to MARCed UP Live. Rebecca VALADEZ. I'm just starting off the show with Rebecca off the bat.
Yeah, why not?
Right?
People do it all the time.
Off the time.
They
all
can
the
do
time.
it, so can we.
That's right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me over to your beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You see my little Emilio shrine.
You're so organized, and all your
No,
little cords
I'm-
are all coiled up, all precise and stuff.
C-Ray Stanzio
Look
to
at
help me out with that.
It's
Yeah,
all so
thank you,
nice.
C-Ray. Yeah, we're trying to get this thing kind of vibey. Got my little keyboard over there. Some keyboards over there. Let me see if I can get a better shot of the keyboards. See which is that one right there, right?
You should have links in the description
That's
below
better?
of where you could click and buy these things. You should become an Amazon affiliate.
Yeah?
You would, man.
Can somebody help me, please?
Everybody, I will help you. As soon as this is over, you're going to become an Amazon affiliate, and we're going to have links to all this equipment here, so you can have your own Marked Up Live at home.
There you go, man. That's cool. You know what? I'm ready to do some stuff like that.
Do
man.
it.
I'm ready to just grow.
Go do it.
Anyways, that's what we're going to be talking about, growing. And we're going to be talking about some Tejano music.
Yeah.
How you started. You got, yeah, man, you got some history, girl. You got, you got some great stories.
I feel like I've been living a double
Hey,
life.
can you speak more into the microphone?
I feel like I've had two parallel lives, one with a foot in the Tejano industry and then all the other industries on the other foot. And I sort of hopscotch between the two. So, I mean, if you want the full lowdown on the history, I started off as a horseback rider.
What?
Yeah, I was in the rodeo. I was a member of 4-H, and I did like play dates with my horses, and I won little tiny trophies. And my mom asked me one day, because she saw that I was interested in singing and, getting dance lessons
cool.
and crap. She said, "It's one or the other, honey. We can't afford both. You can't do horses and singing because that stuff is expensive." So she goes, "You got to pick one." And I thought, I don't really like shoveling doo-doo anymore. No,
you don't like it?
I didn't like it. And as much as I loved my horses, I felt like they didn't love me back.
Yeah.
My horse's name was Sassy, and Joker Jack Sassy was her full name. And she liked to step on me and throw me off of her.
Oh, so she was just mean.
Yeah, she didn't like me. She was older. I got like an older horse so that my mom thought I could manage the older horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that horse wasn't having it. She was like, "This bitch right here." I remember one time I was trying to like clean her up and do the stall and everything, and she stepped on my foot and she leaned. That's when I knew she hated me. Yeah. She leaned. She was like, "No, I'm just gonna sit.
I'm all right.
I'm just gonna sit right here." And I was like, "Well, get off!" And she's like, "No, I hate you." maybe this will give you a clue.
Oh, man.
And that was it. So I didn't do that again. So I started doing I did beauty pageants.
Yeah?
Yeah, and because I told my mom, I cried one day because I said I was ugly. Let me tell you why I said I was ugly. One day in elementary school, the boy that I was in love with, I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. We were playing like chase, and all the girls were chasing like two guys. One was gorgeous, in my opinion. The other one, not so much. So I went after the gorgeous guy because who wants to catch the other guy, right? And I caught him, and he turned around and said, "Why do I get caught by all the ugly girls?" And I was like,
he told you that?
Ruined me. Like, just stabbed me in my heart. Because I thought it was pretty cute. This is elementary school, yeah. But so then my mom was like, no, you're beautiful, and I'm going to prove it to you. And she entered me into a beauty pageant, which I won. But that's also sort of half how my singing career got started. because I had
Wow.
to sing for my talent, and I knew I was a good singer. My uncle Louis ran the Market Square talent area, so that where all the kids perform in the middle of Market Square. He was the one who
Kind of like a
who
Naya type thing.
booked all those kids. Yeah, he booked all of our Naya kids there, and before Naya was a thing, he booked me, and that was my first
Wow.
my first witnessing of what the music industry could be. I was there performing. I think it was I don't know, Tiffany or one of those songs. Like, yeah, seasons change, people change. I was doing those songs. And people were throwing money at me because that's what happens. I didn't know that was the regular. I thought
Rolls
I
of
was.
quarters.
I thought it was. I got thrown like a dollar, a coin dollar. Anyways, I thought I was the exception. I didn't realize that everybody gets money thrown at them. I didn't realize it was a thing. I just thought I was so amazing that people want to just throw money at me. And I was like, click, this is it. I'm gonna start doing this. And I did like hip hop dance classes, and every day after school we had 4-hour-long rehearsals, and I loved it. There was never a moment where I was like, this.
So
sucks.
you just knew. I mean, you just knew that you were gonna just
In-
follow.
In my career, I've known that there are people out there who just have a natural musical IQ. They just know. There's some people have to learn it, and they do learn it.
Sorry.
Like this, puppies are great. I want one. Please, honey, if you're watching this, I
You're
want
part
a
of the
puppy.
family.
I want it. If I could, I'd have all those dogs in here. But yeah, some people they just know. But that therein lies too the big conundrum is, when do people who have a passion for music but aren't that talented, when do they bypass these jerks here who have a bunch of talent but didn't put in any effort whatsoever? And almost every time, these people who aren't as talented but have the passion and put in the work will always bypass the douchebags down here who just think they can glide on their talent. You can't do that.
Can't.
You can't do. You have to put in
Nope.
the work.
Nope.
I'm telling you now. Learn an instrument if you're just a singer. Don't be like me. Put everything, if that's going to be your life, music, put everything into it. Learn all the aspects of music. Learn how to play the instruments. Learn how to use the equipment. Learn how to do your own sound checks. Learn how to manage your money. Learn how to do all that stuff. Otherwise, you're
Well,
going
you
to be.
have to.
Yeah, you're going to be somebody's bitch for the rest of your life.
Because you can't blame anybody but yourself.
But yourself.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, if it all comes back to you. So,
Topo Chico.
Right. Can I get
This
an
water
opener?
was
Right in
provided
front of the camera.
back in
My
1877.
son Alfred. At least show him your face, man.
I can't see it still. I still can't see it.
Comb your hair.
Are these twist tops? Look,
No, we
it's
need an
got the
opener,
little
please. I am so
Texas
sorry,
thing
everybody.
on
Hold
here.
on 1 second. We need an opener.
Look, right. Ha! I'm just.
Nah, yeah,
Could you imagine?
yeah.
There's dorks out there like that. But yeah, that's one thing I've noticed because I've been in the business long enough,
Yeah.
and I've seen it happen time and time again where you'd think, man, that person sucked. Like, how did they ever think they were ever gonna have a life in the music industry? They were that bad.
Right.
And they just turned it around and are the most successful people right now, getting big fat contracts. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, they still suck, but they have a really great work ethic, and they know a lot of people because they just put in the groundwork and they introduce themselves. A lot of networking. People don't realize.
A lot of networking.
Pinche networking, man. It's a lot.
It is. Sorry, they're saying that this boom stand is covering my face. My apologies.
That was on purpose.
But
you
that's
don't want to see that face. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it really is, because we're like developing this different vibe here, man. So like we're still trying to figure some things out. And I've been like really busy. I haven't had time to like sit down here and like look and check things out and move
Plus,
things
after
around.
55 episodes, you think you'd be able to get it down by now.
Yeah.
I'm going to work with you on this. We're going to fix it
No,
all
I
up.
mean, no, it's grown.
need
Like
plants.
all this is grown. It's growing.
You need
But
plants
I'm
in
just
here.
saying, like, just
I'm a
it's
plants
a lot.
girl. I would love to see more of these back here, like on camera. He's got a
Yes, I gotta put
he's got
some more.
a bunch of these gold
But
and platinum.
do you
sale
know why
things.
these are here?
No. What?
Okay, this is like my Emilio and Diego say it's my first gig, or at least Emilio says that. but I think it's like my second or third gig.
First, it was what's his face, right?
No, like I'm talking about how many gigs I had to break in before I could do this live because the live album was coming up and I had to perform it. And it was like, but they're saying it was my first gig, and it might have been my first gig.
What did Emilio say? When
I had
he
to record a
hired you?
live album on the first gig. Is what I'm trying to say.
No way. That was your
Well,
first
that's what
time
I'm
playing
saying.
with them.
Yes.
Okay, so
That's
I
what
didn't-
I'm saying.
I
Like
said that's
very
crazy.
first gig. Yeah.
So, being as that you didn't get fired immediately afterwards,
Right.
I'm assuming you did a pretty good job. Did a pretty good job. He's still there.
And then this is my dad's one of my dad's first recordings.
Oh, and he worked at Alamo Music. You said, right?
Yeah.
That's downtown, right?
Yes.
Nice.
But it was a long time ago. He retired in 04.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He's still having fun though.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Buddha party.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
As Jimmy used to say, put a pinch party and hot
Put a pi-
dogs.
All right, so we'll get to some of that in a little bit. And hey, you guys, this conversation is already kicking off. So you please start your watch parties. Go to your, just share it. Start your watch parties, and please go follow our YouTube channel, Marked Up Live, and yeah, so we can start growing this thing more and more.
This will be great.
Yes.
We need more
I
of
love
this. We need more of this conversation. I think people are really intrigued about all of the, the backstage situations.
Right.
Especially those backstage stories that happened in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, because we didn't have social media back then. Now everybody's like backstage with their, I'm live on Facebook. I'm here with Marked Up Live. We didn't have that stuff back then. So some crazy ass shit went on backstage. I'm talking like chicks, drugs, and then extra drugs on top of them drugs, and drugs on top of those other drugs, and that was it. Girls and drugs. That was what motivated people to get into music back then. Sex and drugs.
No. Mm-mm.
Some of them.
Yeah, because I was all about the music, man. I came from Joe Posada.
Well, see,
You know what I mean? I
but
came from like at an early age of like being educated. So I was about
you're the exception.
Music. No,
I saw
not
the
an exception.
complete
I just really love
opposite
music.
side of the industry.
Huh?
I didn't get to see that side of the music industry in La Onda Tejana. I came,
don't get me wrong.
I dove right into the opposite end of that spectrum.
There's a reason why I was in this unhealthy state.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? So I did the damage.
There was a lot of
So
damage to be done.
I'm just letting you know that I wasn't just there for that party stuff, because that's not what it was. It was all more about the music and then like learning and just kind of singing.
Do you think
being
that-
thrown in the fire? Like Emilio threw me in the fire a lot, man.
But he had faith in you that you could do it, though.
I don't know why.
I would never. I'd be like, nah.
Hey, but I had hair.
I'll wait for the next gig. You did. You had
I
a
had
lot of hair.
hair.
Thick hair back then.
I should have brought
You
some
still
pictures.
have some. If you just let it grow out, you'd be like, what's that guy's name that sings? Oh God, I don't know anybody's names. Michael Bolton. You'd be like Michael Bolton. Yeah, with his hair is super long, but only with a hat on. And he takes the hat off, and it's just all bald.
No.
Michael Bolton's, he's still sexy. You know who I thought was sexy?
I don't even know why we're even talking about this.
I don't, because your hair is, yeah. Bald is beautiful. Michael just needs to go into it, just to fall into it. I think he did. He ended up trimming it, but I don't think he's gone straight like bald.
And my boy Joe Reyes, he told me, man.
Yeah?
Shave it.
Shave it. It looks good. You look good.
Well, I had to lose my weight.
You look
and
like
go
the
through all
that award, the Oscar. Oh my goodness! I wish that I could just shave it and be done.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like I have a bunch of fat wrinkles on the back of my neck that might not look too attractive. Like that. I don't know. That would be interesting to just shave your head. I mean, there's wigs. Wouldn't it be easier to apply a wig if your head was shaved, right? A lot of people wear wigs.
I don't know. What do you put, like Velcro?
Some like glue. I've been watching it. Gosh, I've been watching it on like little YouTube videos where they show you how they give hair pieces to men and make it even look like it's like a fade and there's no hair there, like magic. Or this guy will go from being completely bald to having dreadlocks. And they just glue that stuff to your head.
Wow. And it can stay with like all like the greasiness, not the greasiness, but the you
product.
know, like, well, it's not so much the product, but I mean, like you yourself. I mean, you
Sweat.
You sweat. And
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
it
know how
must
it
be
happens.
something amazing.
Probably just for that evening. He probably like catfished some girl online and with like a wig or something, and then said, I actually have to have hair tonight because I'm going to meet her in real life. Could you just glue it to my head? Could you, could you just glue it to my head? Because she'll know that I've been lying to her this whole time.
How much?
Just glue it on my head.
1,500? Okay. Nah, but it should be inexpensive, right? $100, $150.
To get
or
that
is it like
done
an
to your
expensive
head?
job, like a $700 job?
First of all,
$500 job?
it was a science. It took a while for the guy to get it done. He painted where he wanted the hairline
Way off
to
topic.
be and everything. I know, I'm so sorry. But yeah, let's get. Yeah, he did.
Tell me.
He painted this part, and then he applied it in sections, and then cut it afterwards. Remember that girl that put Gorilla Glue in her hair?
No. Dude, I'm serious.
Dude.
I don't follow pop news,
Dude.
man. I mean, I do, but I don't.
This young lady, there's that stuff called moco de gorilla. And it's, it's stuff for your hair. And you use it to keep your hair down and make it solid, nice and stiff or whatever. And she mistook it for Gorilla Glue. And she Gorilla Glued her hair to her head. And she was like, it don't move. She couldn't wash it out, or she had to have surgery to get it removed. And they put all these chemicals in her hair, and it was very painful. And it took a couple of different.
And her hands?
Yeah, I wondered how she.
I mean, her hands didn't just.
I don't know.
I mean, wow.
She probably did it, brushed it in, but it was slick. It looked good, Wasn't going
consistent.
It wasn't going anywhere. So I could be like this for at least a couple months.
Look good.
It still looks good.
I know, right now, just get over that hump.
Man.
Just get over that hump. Yeah.
There's just so much that goes on to getting ready for.
People are watching.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Artistrada. No, it's cool. Cheryl Valderrama, Chris
Hi,
Tristan.
Cheryl.
What's up, yo, Chris
What does
Tristan?
PPCO mean? I was like, PPCO. What does PPCO
Party
mean?
people come on. Party people come on.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was like the PP company.
See, Rebecca doesn't watch the show.
I thought he was like, I thought that was like a salute to dudes. It's the PP company. PPCO! PPCO!
Damn.
Sorry.
All right.
It could
hey,
be.
no, it makes sense.
It could be a thing.
It could be a thing.
We could
All
make
right,
it a
so
thing.
now it's got a new meaning.
Today, officially, we're starting a
Badass.
new podcast just for men. It's called PPCO.
Sandy Chapa, ugh, I'm late. No, you're not late.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just getting going, girl.
We're warming up right now.
Yeah, we're warming up.
Look at here.
You're
We're
good.
just warming
Welcome,
up.
everybody. Welcome to Marked Up Live. All right.
Boom.
So here with Rebecca VALADEZ. And I have some photos real quick. So while you're doing that, I'm going to pop into this real quick.
It.
And, all right. So there's this new band that we're going to be doing on Tuesdays.
I
right?
knew her
And
when
we're-
she was just a baby.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't a baby, but
Dude, and she was in one of our youth bands. I can't remember if it was San Juan. I think it was San Juan.
she has incredible stage presence.
But it was her and her sister.
And then to back it all up, amazing range and vocal
Okay, hold on, let me put
abilities.
the picture on the
She's
screen.
the full package right there.
Okay. That's
She's beautiful. Ugh, makes me sick. She's so gorgeous, and she's got like a look. She's everything you could want to be. I mean, look at she does. She probably doesn't even have to wear a bra. She's so cute. I have to wear like 3 bras and like 4 pairs of underwear to look a third of as good as she looks right now.
Oh,
She just wakes up like that.
that's awesome information.
She wakes up like that and sings like some Mariah Carey stuff.
And that's us right there laughing.
That's my boy.
Jennifer Espinosa is who she is referring to.
Yes, Jennifer.
So
Espinosa.
this lineup,
Mando.
and there's us. That's the first rehearsal. Okay, so let me go back to this picture. This.
Would
so
y'all
we're gonna
be
include
open to
Max.
having open like rehearsals, having people watch your rehearsals?
Maybe.
That'd be a thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah.
They do that.
a
Like
good
back in
idea.
the day, like I saw that movie,
It's a very good idea.
What's Love Got to Do with It, where they would just like be in the recording studio and there'd be like 50 people in their house just partying while she's trying to record. When I was a little girl, had a rag doll. And then everybody's just drinking beer and stuff in the background. 'Cause, I mean, they don't have to be drinking beer, but they could be there watching you guys rehearse. I would pay
Yeah.
money to watch you guys rehearse.
Yeah. Oh man.
Watch
It's,
them- watch it
actually
happen.
It's a good band, man.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay, so from left to right. So that's James Garcia from Finding Friday. He operates and runs Finding Friday
What is he playing?
guitar.
Oh, nice.
And then Jen is also one of the lead singers.
Singer extraordinaire.
Female singers to Finding Friday. Mondo Osanek plays with everybody. Everybody wants Mondo.
Everybody wants Mondo.
Everybody wants Mondo.
Mondo's
He
going to be
carries
producing a song
and
for
as
me
m-
soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's an amazing pocket. He's got a gift.
Yeah.
Max, another thing, as he's amazing too.
He
man.
looks familiar.
Max Garcia, and
And that guy. Who's
Yeah.
that guy? That other guy.
oh the bald guy. I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm
Right
wearing the
now,
same
mira.
shirt because
El borracho.
yeah because yeah. I'm
Yeah.
wearing, okay, so somebody's texting. Is it me or you?
I didn't do it.
Okay, it's not. Okay, it's me. So yeah, so that's the band, and like it's real cool. It is, man. It's a good vibe, great talent. Pocket is there, which is it's kind of like testing me out.
How so?
I'm being tested because I'm picking up more tunes, learning other songs, getting back on keys, and
Y'all are a
like really
variety,
getting back in.
right?
Well, yeah, but it's not that. It's just more of like getting back in touch with my instrument again, really putting the time in, which is kind of like just like any musician that has to go to work or whatever, that sometimes takes a hit.
Plus, you have to establish a musical relationship
Yeah.
with the other
Yeah.
cats. Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
people just mesh.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get a little bit of that sometimes. But I play for like 8 different bands.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them where sometimes we'll hire somebody on one instrument, and I'll think
Right.
they're great, but everybody else is like, I don't like that guy. And then there's just drama, and it would be nice if the thing that brings you together is the music and nothing else.
Right.
Like, I don't care about your home life. I don't care what you do. Can you play?
Right.
Can you get down? Can we transcend during the show at some point where we all know we are just on fire?
Right.
Have you ever felt that?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're just suddenly
Oh, yeah.
somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
You've been playing, and I'm like, I know it sounds good. Holy crap. And the audience is vibing, and you're like, yeah. Then suddenly you could do all these ad libs that you couldn't do like an hour ago. And you're like, yeah. And the audience is looking at you in the eye, and you're like, yeah, you know it. We're all transcending right now together.
Feel me?
We are not on this
Feel me?
planet anymore. We are on Mars, people. And that to me is what gives me motivation.
Yeah.
That moment, that feeling.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not
And that's
I'm
why
not
it's hard
interested in
to
recording.
And that's why it's hard to like vibe with anybody who's against that. So like you want to have a good time, and then the other one's like, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, or maybe rolling their eyes, or maybe just be tired from a long day of work or
know.
whatever. I mean,
Well, plus
who
you
knows?
have different age ranges, and some
okay.
people are like, I just want to relax and play.
It's all about the team.
Yeah, you all have
all
to
about
be
the team, man.
focused on, and I tell people that, the goal at the end of the day for any band, if you're playing clubs, is to sell as much alcohol as possible. Because if you're not selling at the bar, that's the band's fault. It's
Right.
your fault because you couldn't get them up to dance enough. There's something that you were doing wrong. They weren't.
That's why I don't play the bars anymore.
They're not vibing enough to make
Yeah.
that happen. And some people just want to do music that they can just ad lib on, or do like ballads all night long, and that doesn't. I mean, you sound great. You're a great singer, and I'm really happy for you. But that's not going to last all night long. People need to get up and dance. Your job is not to do that. Your job is to motivate people to have fun and to sell as much. This is the only thing that's being sold at this place, other than tickets at the front door,
Yeah.
is alcohol. So we need to sell as much as we possibly can tonight.
Right.
Yeah, because this stuff's about to expire in 2 days. No.
Right.
I gotta get it
All the
out of here.
juice.
Yeah.
All the juices, you got like a 48-hour or whatever that time
I don't
is.
know. If I can put enough vodka in this orange juice, you're not gonna tell that it's spoiled. You can't tell. You can't tell. Just drink it. It kills all the bacteria
It'll be a
anyways.
little sour.
Ooh, gives you that. But yeah, that's that has to be your motivation
Yeah,
if you're gonna
man.
play those gigs. Is you got to get them up, and you got to pick the right songs that they can recognize, or at least a song that even if they don't recognize it, it's taking them somewhere.
Right.
We were just talking about that too. Segues. How
Right.
important are segues? You got to go through like 3 or 4 songs with like nonstop.
Right.
Like don't stop between every song. And there's a lot of bands out there that do that. They'll stop and they'll be like, "Oh, that song's great. Yeah, okay, it was great. Yeah, well, what song should we play now? You should have thought about that. You're supposed to have a set list. We need to go." Like I'm funny, but I'm only funny for so long. Like I'm still waiting for the song to start, and then the band's in the back like, "Well, where's that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I keep going? Do I keep talking? Because I can only be clean funny for like a few minutes, and then it starts to get really dirty. And
Oh, I see.
yeah, and because that's where I go every single time. I don't know how not to. So
Really?
I'm just, butt jokes and stuff, and those things to me they're funny. I don't know what to tell you.
Nah.
I can't help it. Yeah, and my other go-to is always "That's what she said." So I'm always waiting for the right minute. Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah, but
She
so
said it.
yeah, man. Like I understand what it's like to operate the band and try to have everybody on the same page. I think having everybody that has I think when we're all together and we start jamming out, like it feels so good that you kind of forget for a little bit. You know
You
what
do.
I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody forgets.
Yeah.
You know.
When you're able
And
to
that's why
play.
and that's why we gel so well, you
Yeah.
know, and that's why our chemistry is so good because we all put the music first.
And that's why you have to rehearse, because you
Right.
don't want to have to constantly be
But-
thinking about the music. You just want to play
but
it.
we don't rehearse enough.
Yeah, everybody
That's
needs
our
to,
problem. See, so we have problems too.
to
So it's
rehearse.
not just it goes with any band.
You need to rehearse the songs and the
Right.
segues and possibly the
Right.
dumb
The
ass
song
stuff
list
that you're
gets
gonna say
old.
in between. Yeah,
Yeah,
song
then your
list does
song
get
list will start getting old. My song list is dated. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie about it. And so we gotta put
We
more
can't
effort.
still be doing "Raise Your Glass" from
Right.
2010.
Yeah.
We're gonna-
Or like it's an emergency song or something. And like there's the go-to stuff. I mean, you can't change it every gig. It can't be
Yeah.
different. I mean, you have to build from something and have your go-to songs and all that. But yeah. Eventually the list gets old because you get into that routine and then you gotta start.
yeah. If
And I know
you-
I've fallen short from
If
doing
you
that.
had no limits, like if you had a massive record deal and they were just like, whatever you want, you're the man, what kind of show do you want to put on? Like, what would that show look like?
What would my show look like?
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna have some kind of a cross on it
Yeah?
for sure, right?
I see that
Right. So it's gonna have something.
big old
Yeah, it's got to be there.
cross made out of
Yeah.
video screens.
But that's a good question because
Yeah.
that's where I kind of lose my imagery and things like that. Like I don't know what I would want to have, but at the end of the day, I have to. That's why I said the cross first because.
Yeah. But
that
aside from
is-
imagery, like what would the band consist of?
Oh, the band?
Would it be like a 12-piece band with like
Ooh.
2 people
Ooh,
on
band?
percussion
Oh,
and
hell.
4 backup
Shit,
vocalists?
it's gonna be my horn players.
Uh-huh.
So man, I'm gonna probably get pulling about 2 or 3 more guys, and then
I would love to have a
percussion.
dedicated group of background vocalists.
yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like
And I want another keyboard player.
yes.
My son Marky.
Boom. 2 keyboard players, both with 4 keyboards each. Yeah. Oh, and a bass
Chinga.
player who can play not only the regular bass, but friggin' upright bass and the keyboard bass. Boop, 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 boop. And like
Max can do that.
my dream,
Max plays upright and.
like in my mind,
Mhm.
my dream, and you're gonna laugh at me. Whatever, I don't
Why?
care.
No. No.
When I was growing up playing with Joe Lopez and
Mhm.
those guys, like all these women were just, Joe, I'm in my boobies. And I and I couldn't understand it because me at that age, I was like 15 or whatever, or 14 at that age. And I would just look to me like, ew. I mean, sorry, Joe, but I was like, ew, what are they looking at? What is the deal? Where's the attraction? Because clearly that wasn't what I was into. But I couldn't understand it. But now that I'm older, I have an unhealthy relationship with Gino Vanelli. Like his music, it makes love to my ears.
Oh,
It does.
in a good way.
It makes love to my ears. And I'm like,
Okay.
I can understand why somebody would just be in love with a voice and nothing else.
Right.
Right? Like I get it now.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, the wheels of life are turning
Yeah.
so much fast. Like when he sings, I can see the shape of his mouth when he's singing. And I'm like, So he had like
Excuse
this
me.
chest hair thing that I've never really been into, but like if Gino Vanelli from 1979 showed up one day and looking like he did in 1979.
And you're like, sup?
yeah, I'd be like, hey.
Hi.
I pictured Gino Vanelli like riding an Alicorn through like a rainbow with freaking dragons on his side, shooting fire in every direction. Just that's what I see.
That's amazing.
That's what I see when I hear his music. So I get it.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. But I would want that. I would want a big Gino Vanelli style band and just do massively like disco pop type, but current stuff, There's this guy that I follow today his name is J.P. Morton, and he's the track that I sent you. He does such amazing music. And honestly, when I listen to him, PJ Morton, JP, whatever. I'm not good with names, clearly. I hear a little bit of those chord progressions and even the keyboard patches in this guy's music that he's doing today. And I wonder if he draws inspiration from like people like Gino Vanelli.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely influence all the time. So depending on chord voicings and how they're approaching it, like depending on like what song they learned or something, you can tell that they've been working on it. But
I hear
it's
those
all about the
chord
progression.
progressions.
Because like even when we were trying to do that BG song earlier and we were trying to do the other version, I mean, you could tell, they kind of changed it up a little bit.
They did.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
They sexed it up is what they did.
Yeah, man.
It does that thing to my ear.
Yeah, but we'll see if we can do that one in a little bit.
I think if you're really into music, like if you want it to be your thing, if you want to get into music, the first thing you have to do is buy you some really bitchin' headphones and blast it. You gotta just constantly listen to it. Don't hurt yourself.
I mean the Bluetooth is cool, but
you need to get the noise canceling ones, and you need to space out in your own world listening to music, listening to all the little nuances of the production and how they mixed it and everything. Because I've been hearing a lot of these like girls or guys that they get close to winning like American Idol or The Voice or whatever. They don't make it all the way, and I feel like somebody said, okay, well we're gonna take you. And here's a producer. They're going to do your track. Or I know my guy. I have money now, and I'm going to have him produce my track for me. And they put the bass so loud in some of those mixes to the point where I can't even hear the keyboards, and I could barely hear the vocals. And it drives me nuts. If you have a good set of headphones, you take that mix and you listen to it yourself and be like, hey, man, this sounds weird. I heard it in my headphones. I took it into my ride, and it sounds crazy. I can't hear nothing. Y'all need to fix that mix. I shouldn't have to adjust the mix in my car just to hear your song. And I've had to do that with some of these. Like there's this girl, Michaela McKenzie, or I don't know. I don't know what her name is. I've been posting her videos where she goes live and she sings. Her voice is impeccable. Like, I love her voice. But I heard some of her music and I was like, I bought it and I put it in my car, and I've been listening to all kinds of stuff in my car, crank it all the way up to 11. And every time her song and a couple of other girls that I've recently downloaded their music, the bass is so loud. Like, why? Who would allow that to happen? And I feel like there's and they're a big artist. She's like a really big artist I don't know if she won American Idol or America's Got Talent or whatever voice. I don't know what she was on, but she's kind of famous. And I feel like they did her an injustice by not mixing her music correctly, or because her voice is so freaking awesome.
Really?
Yeah, and I had to go into my own car's computer and adjust the bass level, turn it down, just so I could listen to her song and enjoy it. And now I can't enjoy anything else because now everything else sounds like it's got too many mids and highs in it.
Right, but then you go and you raise the bass back to where it was before.
Yeah, but that's like work for. I don't want to have to work to hear.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of work. Yeah, for sure.
My finger.
Hey, but check it out.
I'm checking it.
Check it out.
What did I do now?
Watch.
Oh snap!
Y'all know what time it is.
Snoop Dogg. My friend Bruce Soto.
Oh,
is
y'all
doing
can't jump
big
around?
events for Snoop Dogg now. I wonder if this is
I'll get you to
sense.
jump around. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't represent them. Punk, you better back up. Turn on that roll, you know the whole crew will like them. Get up, stand up, my nigga, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, jump up just to sell it. I'll place a drum, then it's like to the pump. And I'll bust up in the eye, and then I'll take the pumps up. Feel it, pump it, hands till I'm up. And I got more bombs in the cops and the junkie. So let's stop, show up. I got props in the kids, so I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around.
It stinks out there.
Jump around. Jump up and get down. Jump.
And that flavor they put in the fog machine. How much fun was that?
Serve your ass like John Mac.
Was it like after being all locked up during the pandemic? Was it just like so liberating to be in a crowd like that again?
Well, if we just back up a little bit, I've been with the city for like 13 years and like doing parks and recreation and all that. And Sunken Gardens is one of our facilities under cultural affairs.
Y'all are gonna do the Texas Pink Floyd.
Yeah, we do
food,
all
food
kinds
festival
of shows.
thing, right?
Yeah, we do shows all
gonna
the
be dope.
time.
Wanna go to that?
So we have a staff that work there at the Sunken Gardens. So Snoop was the first show back since the pandemic.
Oh man.
So we're kind of short-staffed as well, because we're still kind of coming from COVID. Yeah, we're kind of restarting classes and stuff, but it's not like the same anymore. And then I'm just waiting on our youth band to start back up again. But meanwhile, we have shows and things like that. And if I'm not gigging, I go hang out with them. It's really cool because I've been with them for like 13 years. So now we've had some people come and go, but my cousin and I have been there 13 years. Although I don't get to see my cousin as much anymore. But that was Snoop, man. Yeah, we had it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I get to just like kind of go. I kind of felt like Wayne from like Wayne's World.
Hey, backstage pass. Hey.
Yeah, because I'm with the city.
Hey, my girlfriend's back
there.
there.
No, but check it out. So I tell this one guy that's working the gate in the back. I just walk up and just, hey, I'm Mark. I work with the city of San Antonio. I need to get to my office.
He stopped you
And
anyway.
he goes, yeah, it kind of scared me, right? And he says, hey, my name's Mark too. Hey, what's up, man? I was like, what the hell? I was like, your name's Mark? I go, my name's Mark. All right.
Man, that's a better story than my story. I got stopped with my backstage pass at the Janet Jackson concert. He said it looked
you're
fake.
getting ready to look up.
He said it looked fake. Yeah, I was almost late for curtain call because this dumbass, I think it was in Houston, wouldn't let me backstage because I had family there. I brought my cousin Brittany. I wanted her to meet Janet and stuff. I wanted her to walk around backstage. I think we had who was our opening act back then? Usher was our opening act. So I wanted her to meet Usher. He was like up and coming back then, and he wouldn't let me back. He said, "That don't look real. That looks like fake." I'm like, sis, this is the actual man. And I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with the grounds, so I wasn't sure where there was another entrance to even get backstage.
Yeah.
And I didn't have my cell phone on me. I didn't know who to call. I wanted to cry because I was like, I'm gonna get fired today, and it's gonna be this guy's fault. Like, I've never had one of those like Karen moments. There's no such thing as Karens back then, but I was about to go straight up Karen on this dude when somebody from the staff walked by, and I was like, hey. Please let me in. I belong here, I swear.
I'm gonna get fired.
This guy don't want me to go back there because I'm a Mexican. No, I'm just kidding. I was thinking all kinds of horrible things.
That's funny,
yeah,
man.
I was like, why would he say that to me? Like, how bad do I have to look to not
That's
get backstage to
funny.
my own? Like, I was dressed and ready to go.
Yeah,
Like,
but
who-
you can still be
who
anybody.
wears
How old were you anyway?
I was 18.
Man, like I have this picture, and I don't know how to. I want to show it, but
Is it crooked?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
sideways.
I'm
and
sorry. I could have
trying
edited
to-
that, and that's my bad. I was just like click, 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 click,
But
click.
we can still see it.
Yeah, that's probably
Let
me
let
on stage
Well, actually, before we even go to Janet Jackson,
during the.
let's go through a couple of photos, and then we'll see
Oh,
Janet
okay.
here in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that way I can get this thing going.
There's Yo Lopez.
All right. So are you gonna?
I used to laugh because he would sing this song. He'd sing that song, "Fill my heart with gladness, you take away my sad." And he's a really gifted singer. But when he got to that one part in the song, I would crack up every time because he said, "Ease my troubles, that's what you do." And I was like, "Oh, Joe, you ruined it for me. Come on, man." But yeah, that was and this was me when I was
Yeah.
11 years old.
Okay, you're 11 here.
Yeah, that's the host, Ed McMahon.
All right.
And
he's
he's-
the one also from the sweepstakes. or
Yes.
What's that thing?
I don't know.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Publishers Clearinghouse, and
Yeah.
from the Johnny Carson show.
And from the Johnny Carson show.
And he they asked, he needs to specifically know how to pronounce your names. VALADEZ. I said, it's VALADEZ. Rebecca
VALADEZ.
VALADEZ. I was like, oh, thank God he got it right, because hardly anybody did. They usually
Really?
call me
Doesn't seem like
Valdez.
it'd be a hard word to say.
No, they say Valdez.
Valdez. Oh, that I can see.
Yeah, they say Valdez.
That I can see.
But I'm like, no, it's VALADEZ. VALADEZ.
Vala.
I was like, it's
Vala.
VALADEZ. Say it like this.
I said
VALADEZ.
Vala.
But
Okay,
yeah.
this is it. Okay,
You
so
have to look. You have to
we
tilt
gotta
your head to the
really-
left.
Yeah. Let's kind of pay attention here a little bit. I
So-
try to maneuver this, but
So
then it
there's
changes
Janet
everything.
at the bottom, and we're doing that. Come on, baby, let's get away. Ooh, let's save our troubles for another day. We always got.
And you're
They
on
got dressed
stage.
in really cool stuff. I am on the stage, directly to the right of Janet, underneath the big screen right
I'm
there.
over here trying to adjust myself.
I know. Can you see it? There's me. And yeah, that was like my uniform, was a pair of really high-waisted bell-bottom pants and a really,
Oh, there you
really
are.
super duper tight T-shirt that showed off my
Yeah.
boobs really good.
All right.
And like a short sleeve T-shirt, and that was it. And that's what I was wearing, and I had full makeup on and everything. And that dude would not let me backstage.
Okay, again, how old were you?
18.
18?
Yeah, I was a double D when I was
Okay.
18. It was very awkward. It's very awkward.
So how did you even get the gig?
That's a good story. When I left Joe and Jimmy in, I want to say 96, I got myself a manager. My manager moved me to Long Beach. I had an apartment. My mom and I had an apartment on Circle Drive and the One Freeway. It's like a historical district. That apartment building that we were in was officially made a historical land site. I don't know what happened there, but anyways, they hired a personal trainer and a nutritionist for me, and I worked out 2 hours in the morning before breakfast. I had breakfast, and I worked out another 2 hours after
Would
breakfast.
you take anything before the workout?
And no, it was all natural. And the apartment that we rented didn't even really have a kitchen, so we had to buy the hot plate. We had to buy a little mini refrigerator because there was no room for a full fridge. So it was just me and my mom winging it there. And and I loved it because at that time there was this new music coming out, which was No Doubt and Sublime. They were all making it big in the Long Beach area. And I was like, I'm in Long Beach. Oh my gosh. I would go to stores. I would go to the music stores and I would see them there. I would see No Doubt's bass player there, and I never learned his name because I was too afraid to be like, hey. I didn't want to bother them because they seemed like they were just casually having fun in their area. This was their area, so I didn't want to bug anybody. That's why I don't have pictures of anybody, because I'm shy. I know it doesn't seem that way, but I really am. I'm actually shy. And I loved it. I loved that music growing up. And I had a little Volkswagen Cabriolet convertible. Well, no, I didn't get that until after the Janet tour. That's right. My mom had a Lexus, I remember, because I wrecked it. And I blamed it on the nutritionist.
Blamed on the nutritionist, poor guy, girl.
He was a guy.
Guy.
Yeah. I only slightly liked him, and well, it felt like torture. It honestly felt like torture, but I knew I was doing it for a reason. I went down to a size 0, and I still got told they still. Not rock solid yet. It's not rock solid. I can still feel it. You still got a long ways to go. I'm like, I'm a 0. Like, how much further do I gotta go? But I still had big boobs, natural big boobs. Thank you very much. And so no matter how much weight I lost, I was gonna look weird unless I wore just like a bra and pants, which I wasn't willing to do. So I always wore something matronly. Because I was, I didn't want people to think I was a hoe. So instead, they thought I was fat because I wouldn't show my waist. Like just big, long shirts that covered everything.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Big, long shirts. Yeah. When I should have been wearing like tube tops and like panties. Basically, that's what the kids wear today. Thanks, Miley Cyrus, for setting the bar. If you want to be famous, you gotta wear a cutout of a tongue as your underwear.
Cut out of a tongue.
But yeah, I should have taken advantage of the body that I had at that moment, and I didn't. What I should have, but whatever.
Oh man, you're good, girl. Here we go. Boom. Look at that.
Gazongas.
Look at that. That's where are we at?
That was at the Grammys. That was the year that I released my first solo album, and I got nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
First
Kick
try.
Ass.
First out the gate.
For what song?
It was a self-entitled album, self-titled album. So it was a Rebecca Valadez CD, and the hit on that album was No Quiero Estar Sin Tu Amor. And that was produced by Jimmy Gonzalez. That was his gift to me. Such a sweetie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool memory to have.
Yeah. I had written a song when I was at this songwriter summit in Toronto, Canada. And my dog had just died. The dog that I got while I was on tour with Maz had died. He drowned in my swimming pool. And I was devastated. His name was Francisco Valentino Antonio Miguel Gallardo. And so we had like just a last minute. This was the last chance we were going to get to write a song. It's like a 7-day summit. And he says, is there anything that you want to write about? There's this guy named Davor Vulama. I can't remember the other guy's name, but he's a real famous like folk singer out in Toronto. And he actually played in Bernie. Anyways, that's a long story. But I was like, I can't help but be emotional about this event that I had where my dog died. And I've been crying about it this whole time, trying to hide my tears. And I just want to get it out. And let's just write a song about it, and we'll record it. And that song you can find on my second album.
Oh, nice.
It's the last song on the album. It's called I Don't Want to Say Goodbye. So that song essentially is No Quiero Estar Sin Tu Amor.
Oh, okay.
Because I showed it to Jimmy. I was like, look at the song that I wrote. And he says, can I take this? Because I hear something.
Oh, man.
And I'm going to bring the song back to you. I'm going to give you the song. And he gave me the song. And it was beautiful. It's this beautiful romantic ballad. And he was in the studio with me when we recorded it over at Oh So Good Studios with Mac Damon. And or his name was Matt Gallegos back then. And it was gorgeous. And in between doing that recording, I was still working with Peter Mike Escovedo out in LA and Sheila E. and them doing TV productions and stuff like that. So I was on stage rehearsing. I think it was for the Alma Awards or something. And my mom's like, we just got a phone call. Your song, No Quiero Estar Sin Tu Amor, is #1. I'm like, where? The internet is fresh back then. So I was trying to look up where I could find the music. And I was looking up all these radio stations, and my song was on all of those stations, and it was #1 on all those stations. I hadn't officially released the song.
Wow. Whoa.
Exactly. So it wasn't registered. I wasn't making any money off of the airplay of any of these songs. The song got leaked. And so my mom said, you gotta come home now, and we gotta record an album. And I was like, I don't have any music. The song's already on the radio. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. So I did the unthinkable at the time, which was stop working with Peter Mike Escovedo, who's one of the biggest musical directors of all time. And I came home to do this album. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did it. And, it's just, I always tell people, and that's sort of why I started my podcast.
Right.
Because I wanted to find out what I did wrong. What did I do wrong? Why didn't it work for me?
Right.
I put 100% of my time. I gave up everything to do this.
But then you kind of feel like you put it in the wrong areas, maybe.
Maybe I just didn't have the formula right. What did I do wrong?
I get it, because there was a long time that I wasn't really capitalizing on anything, because I wasn't mentally there. So then it just took situations to happen. You know what I mean? To get me here.
Well, people are always telling you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Right. So
I half expected.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, couldas. Yeah. If I had stayed in LA, I mean, who knows what I would have been doing. Who knows? I was getting really great jobs. I had like a 6-figure income, and I was staying home. These were television jobs. Oh, yeah. So you just show up on the set every day, and you do your rehearsal, sound check, and do your run through, and then you film the show, and then you go home afterwards like a regular job. Mm-hmm. But you're with the best musicians in the world, or on set with you at all times. You establish these relationships like a regular job. Except it's fucking awesome because you're doing music with the best people, period.
Right.
These guys were great.
Right.
I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Yeah.
And I sort of gave it up and came back to, I think at that time when I released that album, I think it was in 01 or 1, 2, or 3, one of those years. And I think at that time people were looking for the next Selena kind of thing. They were putting all their hopes and dreams into some sort of next generation taking over.
Everybody was hurting.
Yeah, and nobody fit the bill, including me. Right. I couldn't do it. So, that to me, what is it going to take to excel to that next level for any one of these artists here in town? And I'll just tell you what I think. Okay.
Here we go.
This is the
Tejano.
Man,
I've been over here stuck on this damn thing.
Oh, sorry. I'm beautiful though, so it's okay. So this is.
Sorry, everybody.
This is the Tejano music industry.
I need an intern.
Okay. And there's only so much in there. It's not even like a full cup. Okay. People keep trying to put stuff in there, but somehow it keeps leaking out the bottom. And we have all the international music that we've been spliced in together with, through no fault of our own, really, just lack of involvement or participation. But every time somebody tries to step out and do something, like if Bobby Pulido goes to Mexico, they're like, how Bobby Pulido sold out. Freaking Bobby Pulido. Or anybody goes and tries to do some sort of music that's outside of it, people tear them down. Mm-hmm. But what they don't realize is if you do that, if you introduce yourself to the Norteño or the Banda or any one of these bigger sort of genres that are out there, all you're doing is helping us. But if we keep pushing you back into our little cup because we're so proud of where we are and we don't let anybody else into our cup, you're going to stay in that cup. Right. And you're never going to get out. Mm-hmm. You have to get out and bring people with you. And I feel like that's sort of what our problem has been. We're so proud of La Onda, that we've trapped ourselves in like a little bucket and we can't get out. We're like little crabs.
And there's I don't know, man. I hate to say it.
Don't say it then. No, you can say it.
No, I want to say it.
Go ahead. Don't say
It's
it.
like, but this is what I had to go through. Like for me, like in my personal music journey, whatever. You know what I mean? You just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And see where you land. And I do feel that at that time I wasn't ready to make a move yet, because I wasn't ready. Now I'm trying to build and do things, and you're working on trying to make something better, and you're trying to you see what I'm saying? Like it there's that side of it too.
There's a lot of people there that like what you just said. They think they're not ready.
Yeah,
but
now I feel like it's falling in.
Yeah,
it just feels like it's falling into place. So I don't want to mess with anything. So I kind of guide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you can have that kind of a mindset as well, not so.
You got to be like water and just move around the obstacles and keep going.
And then there's things that get in the way, and then there's that too. But, aside from that, but yeah, you just kind of guide it, man, and just do the best that you can.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Because then you overthink it, then it gets it gets hard on you. You know what I mean? And it stresses you out. And I know, man, I mean, like life's already hard. So there's a lot of things I've had to work on myself, to try to keep myself more like not panicking, not worried about it. And people will think that I don't give a shit. And it's not that. I mean, not everybody thinks that. Not,
like two people
I
think
can
that.
come off like that.
Oh, I haven't gotten that vibe off.
Like, but not that I'm doing it intentional anyways. So you probably don't see it because I don't mean it.
Some people have resting bitch face.
Yeah. And some people will think that because I come up, I mean, I may make a comment about something that it sounds like I don't care, and it's not that. I just don't let it stress me out.
Oh,
It's got to be
they
something.
They expect you to be passionate about something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from getting stressed out, but don't stress me out.
Yeah. Some people thrive on stress. Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm all, you know what I mean? It's just how it is.
I feel like there's two types of people. There's the type of people who are like, I'm not ready yet. Let me put all my ducks in a row so that I can get ready.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
like, don't do that shit.
And there's the people that like tripped and fell into some shit, and then they just kept going. I can't stop now. I got to keep going.
If you have something tangible.
Yeah.
Just kind of have it out there, have it ready. I mean, if it sounds, decent and good and it represents you. Yeah, man, put it out there, man.
Yeah,
because holding on to it, for nobody to listen to it, nobody can hear it. But for you, you're just holding on to it.
I think people are worried that they're going to be told
Don't
off.
Don't worry about everybody, man.
We will tell you off, but we're going to be so nice about it. Like, I feel like we've all...
Hey, stupid!
Put
I
our
love
happy
you.
caps on. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, and I take okay. So Shelly Ladez, she's like everybody's
Shelly.
She's like the saint because she can deliver bad news like in the sweetest way.
Shelly's
right?
badass.
She's like, yeah, I don't like that song. I don't like it. And I'm like, oh shit.
But don't mess with her jets.
Okay. but she's there to. She doesn't just give you the bad news. She'll also be like, try this, and you could do this, and look at it from this point of view, and let me show you what I see from my perspective. And then she paints like this full picture for you until she sees the light go off in your own head.
Right.
She's like, I think she gets it now. I'm like, I think I do. I think I get it now. Like, I didn't get it before, and you were sort of confused me for the first 20 minutes of this conversation, but I finally think I got it now. I think I got it. She's like, you got it? I think I got it now. I need to record this album now and not wait. She's like, that's right. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? You're the best person to sing this song. You wrote the song. I was like, I did write the song. I was waiting for somebody to record that bachata.
Yeah.
I was hoping like a guy would pick it up.
I'm
gonna love you forever. From this day on, I'll leave you never. It sounds like a dude song. I'm gonna love you forever.
Which one's that one?
Forever's what I want when I'm with. Right, that one.
I'm gonna love you forever?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
We
dude,
can
that's
hear
a
it.
good, like, that's cool that you brought that up because you sent me that. I make sure that we have it for the show.
Oh,
and you want to Play it?
You can play. There's not like a music video.
Yeah, it's not a video, but it's a good tune.
It's a good tune, but it's sort of off the cuff, and I don't know what I was expecting. I just had an idea, and I wanted to complete the idea, and everybody should do that. Even if it fails, you should still do it.
Yeah, so that's good. So you came up with this idea, and you said, I'm going to follow through with this. And that's the other thing, too, is like following through with it, man. That's a tough one, too, you know.
You need to follow through enough times where you establish a good pattern of activities. So I know this is what I need to do. These are my checks, boxes that I need to check off. And I finally got my method down. But if you're waiting and you're just like, I'm waiting to get a method down, you can't establish a method without making your mistakes. And so put out as much as you can and learn as you go.
Yeah.
And then finally one day you'll be like the master of disaster.
That's all you can do. You got to go through it. There's no way around it. There's no other way of getting organized. There's no way of, you know, I mean, I even slack on it myself. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I mean, I wish I was a lot better.
I have like 5 songs that I wrote while I was pregnant with this last kid. And I'm too scared to record them. Yeah. And I hate myself for that. But they're all English songs. That's great. They're sort of, and one of them's like really sexy. So I was like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know. It sounds weird.
The video's going to be with that long ass shirt that you used to wear.
Awkward, yeah.
I'm like, cheating out Rebecca again.
Let me tell you, you're gonna laugh. Okay, so I'm supposed to do this duet with this guy, and I told myself, you know, this is really awkward. If you do a duet with somebody, there's gonna be, you're gonna sing, and the song's about love, and at some point you either have to kiss or have like some sort of love episode, you know, in the music video. And I thought, I was going through the video ideas in my mind, and I thought, what if I was having this awkward office relationship with somebody, and the guy that's singing with me, and we finally get to the bridge where we figure out that we want to be with each other, and it's like raining, and I show up to his hotel room, and I'm like, yeah, take me. And then I run in, and I go to push him on the bed, but he hits his head on the bed, and he dies, and I'm like, holy crap, what do I do? And then I leave, and that's the end of the music video, and I never had to do a sex scene with anybody, right? I was like thinking of ways to get out of making out with some dude on a music video, because I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't even get close to doing it. Yeah, I thought, and it looks really good in my mind. Like, and it's because it's funny too. It's funny because she's like, oh,
it could work. I mean, that's a great idea.
Oh snap, I'm out.
I mean, that's a great idea.
Yeah, the last scene is me like driving away.
Yeah,
like that. Ooh.
Yeah,
oops. On to the next office romance.
That was close.
I'm weird. Sorry.
That's a lot of worry, that's for sure.
I didn't want to have to do a kissing scene, so I was like, I'm gonna avoid this. Yeah, watch. I'm gonna figure this out real quick. Can't do it. I can't do it.
Damn, girl, that's funny. All right, well, let's show this video real quick, and then we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna get something to drink, and we'll be right back. You've been marked up. Thanks for being here, Rebecca.
Thank you.
I wanna tell you how I feel. I felt the chemistry between us just like lightning. You electrify me like no other. And I know for sure it's real. No one ever made the butterflies inside me flutter loudly, swelling up like thunder. Touch me and my heart jumps quickly out my chest. Like it never beat before I met you, I confess. You struck a chord inside me now. Together you and I create the music of our love. I'm gonna love you forever. From this day on, I'll leave you never. I'm gonna love you forever. Forever's what I want when I'm with you. When I first looked into your eyes, you took my breath away. I knew I had to know your name, just praying that you felt the same. I knew I loved you even then. I'm never gonna spend a moment separated from you. That's the way I feel about you. Touch me and my heart jumps quickly out my chest, like it never beat before I met you, I confess. You struck a chord inside and now together you and I create the music of our love. I'm gonna love you forever. From this day on, I'll leave you never. I'm gonna love you forever. Forever's what I want when I'm with you. I'm gonna love you forever. From this day on, I'll leave you never. I'm gonna love you forever. Forever's what I want when I'm with you. I'm gonna love you forever. From this day on, I'll leave you never. I'm gonna love you forever. Forever's what I want when I'm with you. Ooh, baby.
All right, we're back.
See, it was different.
That was nice.
It's different.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy recording it?
Yeah. I mean, it was scary because the first song that I did, you have to understand, I was doing, I lost my voice a little bit after I had my kids.
Right.
And I never really felt, and I still don't feel like my voice is 100% there.
Sorry for the fizziness.
Ooh. Gluk, 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 gluk.
My Stephanie Montiel.
Bam. She's got such good merch.
Yes.
But I was so frightened to record again, and my buddy Severo Contreras, he was like, just do it. Just record it. Give me your music and we'll do it. And so I brought in a couple of songs for him, and we did like some dummy tracks, but then I was like, I chickened out. And then, it took us a couple of years before he convinced me to go in and record that first release, which was Sufrir. No te asombres si te digo lo que fuiste. And I had a real hard time recording it in the studio.
Right.
It was painful. It was painful first. It's physically painful. Secondly, it breaks my heart to hear not me on a recording.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it sounded terrible. And I got some negative feedback. They said that the background vocals sounded like blood, beat, blood, blood. Sure, fine for fun. And I was like, yeah, I said, that's funny because that's what I was going for.
So tell me, I mean, like, let's go back real quick. So are you like classically trained?
No.
I mean, no?
None of that.
Okay, so what
my
got
mom
you?
taught me.
Your mom taught you?
My mom grew up listening to really good music. And she had a loft in the first house that we lived in with big freaking for real speakers.
I have a picture of your mom. I don't think I have a picture of your mom.
I have a bunch of pictures of my mom on my Facebook page. But she listened to like Chicago and Earth, Wind and Fire, Gino Vanelli, and
your man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just sorry. I can picture him now with that big fro, the big Italian fro that he had. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So my mom was like Whitney Houston was big back then.
Right.
And I would sing, Miss Whitney, I would sing, and my mom was like, oh, God. She says, if you're going to do it, let's do it right, if you're going to for real sing. Because I would try to harmonize with her, and I couldn't stay on my note, which is infuriating for anybody who knows how to do harmonies. When somebody just starts singing your note, you just punch them in the neck. Stay on your note. I got my note, you stay on your note. Don't touch my note. Stay on your note, and we'll be friends. Sorry. Have you ever had that? Oh, God, So infuriating.
I've been guilty of it too.
Oh man, I'll punch you in your neck. I don't even hesitate anymore. The long gone are the days of Miss
man,
Nice Becky.
I got this gig, man. You know, with Rebecca VALADEZ. No, I'm all right, dude. Something about punching you in the throat,
She got punched
and I
in the
really
throat.
need my throat because I got this gig on Tuesdays.
Right on stage, got punched in the throat. But my mom said, and I quote, she says, "Don't get up from this chair until you can sing it just like Whitney Houston." And I had to sit down next to one of her big old chingon speakers and listen to Whitney. She goes, "I want you to imagine what her mouth is doing while she's singing this. So if you close your eyes, you can hear the shape of her mouth and how she's singing it and how she's coming up with these notes and how she's hitting the notes and how she just listen." She goes, listen. That's the first thing you have to do is listen. So I sat there and I sang. She goes, "Sing as loud as you want." We lived, the second house we had was out in Bulverde, Texas. So we had 5.5 acres. So ain't nobody calling to complain about the stereo.
Right. Would you go outside and do it?
No. Yeah, I get bit by mosquitoes. You crazy?
Gotcha.
And,
Very true.
but yeah, so that's what I did. I sat there with my face next to the speaker, listening for whatever it was she was doing with her voice until I sat up and I could sing it exactly like Whitney Houston. Exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
the timing, everything. Like I was the exact mimic of her. Like if you closed your eyes, it was 12-year-old her singing, because that's how old I was when I went through that crap. Not that it was crap. That's what I had to go through to get to where I am today. But I always tell my students that the first thing you have to do is be able to hear while you're singing. It's not an easy thing to do, to listen and sing. You have to take in information and put out information simultaneously, especially if you're going to do harmonies. And I feel like harmonies is, I don't know how to teach harmonies. How do you teach someone?
They're just notes.
They are notes, but how do you get them to not want to sing the other parts?
I see. Like, okay.
Like, stop.
You're coming from them, like from that, like how to change them.
Like when you hire somebody who says they're going to do backup vocals for you.
That's hard, man.
And then they get up on stage and they're singing the lead along with the lead. And you're like, hey, you are not getting paid tonight. That's not what I'm paying you to do.
Well,
do the harmonies.
Yeah, for most part, I mean, yeah, there might be like a couple run-throughs that you might have to go through, but, there's...
I feel like if you know, you know.
Yeah, just music in general, just being able to follow and understand and know how to adapt and go with the flow and just boom, 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 and just, get hit speed bumps on the way, like you just have to do it. It's just like anything else. You just got to go through it.
And then there's the opposite of that spectrum where somebody does way too many harmonies. Like, you don't have to harmonize with me on the verse, dude. Just the chorus. And you were singing those harmonies hella loud, man.
Yeah, they're trying to find that note.
Bring it down, man.
Find the sweet spot.
You're singing too loud, man. This is my show, man. It's not your show, man. It's not the backup vocal show.
That's badass.
There's all kinds. I was going to have a backup vocalist panel this past Monday, but people were traveling and they didn't get home in time and stuff.
LaDez.
It was going to be LaDez. It was going to be J.R. Gomez, both like amazing harmonists. And Casey Zavala, another like badass. And Aisha, I don't know if anybody knows this, Aisha does backup vocals for Ramadera. And she's got a fantastic ear for harmonies. And her and I sort of listened to the same stuff growing up. Like where taking me to the point of no return. We know all the same songs and we know all the lyrics to these songs.
Wow.
Like we know every lyric
y'all
to every
kicked it off
Tina
really
Marie
well.
song. Yeah.
So buddies.
We recently went on a road trip. It was Aisha and Crystal Torres and myself. And we went down to go do that project with Geneva. In Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi. And man, it was like the best road trip. It was a girls' trip. I don't get to hang out with girls very often. Right. So to have girls, I felt like I had this captive audience. So I sort of like cranked it. And we were, and Crystal was like, I've never heard this song. I don't know what this song is. I was like, Crystal, girl, you about to get your learn on, girl. We gonna teach you all the good songs, girl. And she was like, yeah, girl, let's do it. And we were harmonizing to everything all the way there. And it was great. She's like musical sister, because her and I have the same, I guess, background when it comes to taste and background.
Taste, yeah.
When I did do that project, the Chicana Pride event, she was there, and of all the girls that were there, she was on it. She was ready to harmonize. She was like, well, which part do you want me to do? I can do this part. I was like, okay, you ain't got to show off, girl. Okay, I know you got this done, but she was on it. So I'm really impressed with Aisha. And
right.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, harmonize.
No, it's
do
not.
Background vocals. And just be wise enough to know, and her and I had that conversation, to know when to sing or when to add certain elements, because your live version is not going to be the same as your record. Your live version has to be enhanced, with production value. Your intros are going to be, longer, and there's going to be some weird stop in the middle of your bridge, and you talk to the crowd, and then you kick it back in. All that, that cool production value stuff, and the backup vocalist adds to that. You getting messages?
Yeah,
hey.
Rick says Aisha did backup vocals on this tune with me, and he sent me a link, so I'll try to share it a little bit later, or share
amazing.
it on the post, Rick.
She's pretty amazing. I like her voice.
Yeah.
She's my friend.
She's my buddy.
She's my friend. But
let's go say hi to some people real quick. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, we got 11 people. One of them better be my husband. Just
What's up, everyone?
Papa.
It's been a while. Let me see.
Oh, Rebecca Hartzog from New Mexico.
Yeah.
Her daughter is a Tejano singer in New Mexico. Her name is Miranda Hartzog.
What's up, Miranda?
What's up, Miranda?
Easy.
Estilo. We had to figure that one out.
Yeah. Cheryl's
we figured it
there.
out.
I think Cheryl's still there. I'm not really sure who's still watching, but let me see. Rebecca, Alanis, Rick was saying hola. Sorry, man. We got into a good discussion, man.
Oh, Shelly Lades is watching.
Hey, what's up, Shelly?
I know she's traveling right now. She's
Chris,
doing
Tristan.
She says, hola, colas.
Party people, come on. Hola, cola.
Hola, cola. We were talking about you, Shell.
Yeah, we're making funny.
I always bring Shelly up, because I would not have recorded any of those songs had Shelly not, given me the talk.
Yeah?
She gave me the talk. She's like, you need to do it. I was like, all right, okay, if you say so.
Spank you a little bit?
No, just emotionally spanked me. And
yeah, of course, man. Try to get the business side of everything.
I was too afraid to dive in. And then I dove in, and I drowned a little bit, but I came back up.
Chinga.
She was the first person I looked at. Shelly, you did this. This is your fault.
Here's my hand. Pendeja, that's what you get.
Pendeja, come on.
Come over here. Get your ass up.
But yeah, but it worked out in the end, And I think what I learned from those other podcasts that we've been doing is that I wasn't really doing anything to promote my music, and I got kids, so it's a little bit difficult to round up the time and not have that feeling of guilt. Like even right now, all of the work that I do on social media. Right.
Yeah, you're pretty active.
I'm really active on social media because that's my only outlet right now, because I can't go on tour. And all of that, it pulls at your heartstrings, because I want to give my time to the girls and stuff. They need to be in classes right now, and my husband and I are still trying to figure out my husband has 2 businesses, and I have a business that, this business. It's not a business; it's a hobby. So we're trying to figure things out, and I want to make it work so that it pays off in the end. Yeah. But there's always that guilty feeling. But at least I'm feeling that guilt within the confines of my home with my kids.
Right.
Yeah, they're still right there. Like all the meetings that I take in my bathroom, they're there. They walk in the door.
But that's great to hear on how active you are to push your career into, and believe me, everything that you're doing right now is for a reason, and it's for a purpose, and we just got to just put everything in place and just let it go, and not let it go, but just stay focused, stay within that realm.
I've learned a lot
and be patient
of
and,
what not to do.
Right.
But that's
you'll be good.
okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
You make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes and you move on. No matter what, though, you're still headed in that same direction. You may zigzag over here and go, but then you get back. You still keep your eye on wherever the heck you're going. Don't cross your eyes.
Yeah.
Just
well,
keep
let's
going.
talk about your podcast here, man.
I have
so
2
what's
podcasts.
Up? Boom.
This one is really doing well. Gilberts Tejano RoundTable, and this podcast is actually Ben Miranda's fault. It's all his fault. I blame him for everything. And this is a huge endeavor that I didn't realize what was going to go into it.
Right.
We have 4 industry professionals at a time. So we're talking 4 different schedules. Some people come in from out of town, and it's really difficult to get them in one room for an hour to talk about the industry. And I'm trying really hard to just be really, objective. I want to pull people from opposite spectrums of expertise so that we can sort of keep receipts and tabs on each other. And I have seen that. I have heard that statement a lot. I got to disagree with that. And I love that. I'm like, okay, because at one point I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I hear from the other side, but this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense too. And it's this back and forth where you get to actually learn something. And I feel like we're digging, we're finally developing where our mistakes are, and it's an investigation.
Right.
And and there's a lot of us, honestly, that we just like, when have we worked together? When?
Never.
When?
I mean, we've done a couple. I think we did a gig or 2 in like Corpus or something, like a long time ago.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah,
that's how long ago it was.
It was like, it was Johnny was involved, I think, too.
I think that's the most important part from this, is that there are people that have they've been in the industry for a while. They've never met each other and never bothered to work with each other, and their perspectives are so different, but so similar.
Right.
And I think that's the most important part of that podcast, is that we are keeping checks and balances on each other, and it's refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing.
Very refreshing. There's more than 2 sides apparently to every story. There's like 8 sides, and we get to hear them all, and I love it. It's been so much fun, and the feedback that I get. The hardest part about this job is all the phone calls that I take, and the long freaking emails that I have to read, because people really are passionate about the industry. They want to know what's going on. They have all these questions. They want answers, and it's not just as simple as asking a question and getting an answer.
Why do you feel like you have to spearhead this for?
Well, it's Ben's fault. It wasn't even my thing.
Okay, so what's the idea that Ben came up with to make
said,
you follow in this?
When I walked into Gibby's recording studio just to do some backup vocal work for him, and Ben was there. And I hadn't seen Ben since he started with Latin Breed, or since I got pregnant with my last baby and had to move back to LA. I was playing with Ben and his band, Mixtape. And we had a really good thing going, and we were really starting to like build up our audience and everything. And then I had to go and get pregnant. And I left the band. He's very mad at me because of that. Anyways, but I was like, dude, have you been? Like, my musical brother, what's going on? And we just started talking. For some reason, Gibby and I do more talking than working. And Ben said what everybody says, what you should do? You guys should start a podcast. People want to hear what you have to say. I saw the podcast you did with Gibby, and I listened to it because I honestly wanted to hear, whatever Gibby had to say. There's an audience for that. Maybe you should do like a roundtable thing. And then I posted a comment on my Facebook page about what if we do a roundtable, who should we bring, and what subjects should we talk about? And man, that just blew up more than any of my other posts. And I showed that to Gibby, and Gibby was like, let's do it on Monday. And I was like, shit, okay.
Chinga.
I know.
Yeah. But it is that easy almost. You know what I mean? Like, you can do it.
We did it. The first, honestly, right after I did that post, the first person that called me was Big Boy from KLMO. He called me and said, I want to be on that panel. And I think it's a great idea. And I was like, sure, okay, well, maybe, okay, we're going to do this then. who else do I get? And from there, all the panels so far that I've booked start with one person and what their expertise is. You know, what are they the most passionate about? What is their expertise? I'm gonna build a panel around that person, and we're gonna talk about, like with Lexi and DJ Aftermath. DJ Aftermath contacted me. He's like, I want to be on the panel, and I was like, holy crap!
I want to get them on.
Right. I was like, holy crap! This guy that I follow, like I'm a fan of his on TikTok, he approached me like, wow, okay, all right, sir. He's younger than me, and I'm like, okay, sir.
Yeah.
But so then we built.
And that's the guy she's referring to. He's in the bottom.
Bottom left.
So it's Chris Tristan with the polo shirt.
Mm-hmm. And Chris Tristan has been in radio like 30
the guy
years.
to the left of him, yeah.
And so you had two sides of the story. You had this young kid who really knows a lot about social media and how to be impactful and how to get people to follow.
And then Tejano being his favorite music.
Yeah, he's really knowledgeable about the music.
So he follows Tejano. He's very educated on the history of Tejano, and then he puts his twist on.
He's very active.
Yeah,
like his knowledge is through his activity.
Is badass.
It is. It really is. And he's funny. Like he should be a comedian. I told him he should be a comedian, but because he has a way of delivering a message that's freaking hilarious. Yeah. He's called out some people on social media, and those are my favorite posts. Yeah. But it's not because I like that he's calling somebody out. It's how he did it. Right. He turned it into a joke, and it was easily digestible by somebody like me who gets jokes. And I was like, that's freaking genius. That kid right there is genius. Nice. From that one post about Stevie
You hear that,
D.
Devin? You hear that, bro?
That kid is genius. And I think no offense to Stevie D, but you should be able to take it a joke. I've had lots of shit said about me. But he said, Stevie D is what you get when you look up Tony Stark on Wish. And I was like, oh, God. Because he had the picture there, too. And I was like, oh, my God, he does look like Tony Stark. Oh snap, son. And I laughed so much just watching this stupid TikTok. I swear, I watched it like 10 times back to back, and I laughed every single time. So I thought, there's something, this kid's got something. And then I started following him, and I looked at his numbers, and I was like, holy crap, he's got like 250,000 followers on TikTok. Wow. And it's just getting bigger and bigger, especially after that post. So controversy is a useful tool. I learned that through DJ Aftermath.
But to do it like in a kind of a tasteful way.
It's got to be funny. It's got to be entertaining. It's got to be tasteful. And I mean, if you're gonna call somebody out, make sure you call them out good, so that you it's sort of like a knockout, and you're down for a while. Yeah. And you'll come back up from this thing, but you're down for a while. He gave you a good punch there. It's pretty good. You got it, man. It's good.
It still stings. It still hurt right there. He's right there right in the middle. Right there. It's hard to get. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't change the Band-Aid.
And then Lexi's approach, I think, was genius, too, because she plays the music and lets you enjoy it. And she just enjoys it with you. And all of her posts, she's like,
she's cool.
That song?
Yeah. Yeah, she's always jamming. Yeah,
she's jamming out.
She has like this really cool vibe.
She's got a great smile.
Yeah, she has a great smile,
Holy crap.
Cool vibe, like ready to chill, and for sure.
You want to be her friend. Like, please be my friend. I wonder if it was like that for her in school. Like, everybody wanted to be my friend.
They're like, leave me alone. You're weird.
Yeah. Why do the ugly guys have to follow me everywhere? I wish I had that problem. But yeah, she's just the person you want to be friends with.
That's cool, man.
And of course, I feel like you had been doing your podcast for so long. I felt like you knew all of the music industry's secrets. And I was hoping you were just gonna like drop some bombs on us. You can do it.
There's only so much where I'm involved.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
but you're under less stress than the lead. I always said that. I like being a backup vocalist because I get to have all the fun of singing and the enjoyment of the performance, but I don't have to do the before and after like the lead does. She's got to do, to talk to people, got to do interviews, she's got to do all this stuff. Right. There's a ton of pressure. She's got to hold this thing.
You get to really enjoy this thing without having to go through all of that.
You get to have fun, and not that it's not fun for them, but man, it's a big commitment, and it's a lot of work for the lead.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about being in the back. I don't mind being a backup vocalist. I'm
Yeah.
good at it.
And that's how my our singer for X Factor, he's like that too. He's like, hey man, I'm cool either way because he's got some great vocal chops. You know, he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shelly's saying something. Yeah, let me step back a little bit.
Said, hola, hola.
And
Rebecca is one of the most vocalists.
oh my God. Hey, I believe it.
I wanted
And
to do
Shelley
a
Lotta said
duet
it,
with
so-
her before she retired.
But then
I feel like it's too late now.
as soon as she said it, she put 3 laughing faces. So maybe she didn't mean it.
She didn't mean it. Cabrona.
Adrian, what's up, Adrian Romero? What's up, brother? Shelly and Adrian are hanging out there for a second. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
Sarah's the singer for our group, and she's my number one. I always
I've
call her
heard
my
of
number
her.
one.
She's really good.
Yeah, Sarah
I've been
Centeno.
following you guys.
Yeah.
I kind of stalk you, I guess.
You're stalking me?
Well,
All
where do you
right,
draw the
that's cool.
line between just following somebody on social media and stalking them?
Well, I think we're okay right now. So.
I haven't yeah.
Ring,
I haven't come and knocked on your door.
Hey, Martinez.
I've had some people call me.
Yeah?
On
I'll tell you what.
on here. Yeah, adjust.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's all fun. Whatever.
Dude, you have to be having a good time or else you wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
And you're very good at, like, keeping the flow.
I don't know about that. I've been watching some of my, the first one, I would talk over people.
I would
So
do that too.
I'm trying to learn how to not to do that.
Okay. That's going to come.
Yeah, that's what
You
she
just got to
said.
keep doing it.
That's what she said.
Órale.
Sorry.
Hijo.
No, I need to learn how not to do that, to let somebody finish their thought.
Right.
But I need to be able to take notes.
You see how I'm kind of chilling and just kind of letting
Yeah.
you talk? Because before I would pop in.
Talk over.
Yeah, I would do it, unconsciously because I wanted to, pop in like just interject something
You had a
really
point
quick.
to make.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Make that point.
And, I don't want to forget about it. But you
Yeah.
can't step on their toes, especially because, it'll. But, yeah, that's good, man. You're doing really, really well. I mean, you're doing, like, really good. And that's, like, really cool that you're
I'm
putting.
trying.
You're still right here trying to keep the Tejano.
Well, I wonder
Tejano's
sometimes
alive.
if that's something I should have been doing. I remember we did a show.
You feel like it's a calling?
As a child, I did a show with Spectrum APF, my group called Spectrum of Positive Force. And we did a show at Incarnate Word College.
Nice.
And it was for like drinking while driving awareness week or something to that effect. And
Was I there?
And the equipment wasn't working, and they were having issues with the equipment. And the people that usually talk were like the oldest guys in the group, like my brother and then my buddy David Infante, who usually do all the talking to the crowd. I was just the talent, I just sang. They were in the back working. And so I did something that I never did before, which was grab the mic. And I gave this speech, this impromptu speech. I freaking nailed it. And like everybody was like shocked, first of all, because I never say anything other than party people.
Come on.
Yeah, and that I think that was the first moment where I was like, you know what? I found my footing as a front person in a show, and I thought I can do it. But again, if I hadn't accidentally fallen into that position that forced me to speak in public, I never would have tried to continue speaking to my audience. But even then, even after that, for years, I wouldn't speak to the crowd. I would let the band leader do that. And then I started watching my brother. My brother has had his own band called 10 Stick. And my brother just knows, I don't know how he knows. He just knows how to pump up a crowd. Every song that he sang, you just got into his performance. I don't know. Some people have that thing, and my brother had that thing. He was like a star. There weren't a whole lot of people in the audience, and it was just like a 4-piece band or whatever. But he could just really connect and with his moves and how he was direct with people and looking at their faces.
My brother was like that.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to do that. And I would watch and I would watch and
Same
I'd take
thing
notes
for me.
and then before you knew it, I would implement all of those things that I learned into my own show. And then I really started being able to talk to a crowd to the point where I talked too much. I got way too confident.
Yeah, me too. I'm very confident about my talking. I mean, I might say something stupid or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to back up. And it's a process. And again, if I hadn't fallen, if I hadn't accidentally, not that it was an accident, but if there wasn't some event that forced me to speak, I probably would never have talked to the crowd ever. I would always rely on somebody to do it for me. And from that point, I started doing like my radio tour interviews, and I noticed that I was doing a better job than some of the other people that I was listening to. You know, their interviews. I was like, damn, it was a terrible interview.
So I started to feel like very natural.
Well, I started gaining confidence and respect for myself and my own craft.
Right.
And realizing, hey, there's something to this. And my buddy Rick Gutierrez, who's a comedian, he said, you should do comedy. And I was like, nah, fool. And he said, yeah, you should do it. and I never would have tried to even get into comedy if I didn't see the confidence in him that he had in me.
Right.
Yeah. So I still haven't done it yet because I'm not there. I'm still too scared to get up onto a stage and talk to a crowd. But I think deep in my heart, I think I could do it, and I want to do it, but I'm still too scared. Yeah. Who wants to see me do comedy? Like 2 people.
My bass player has tried it. Bass player for our group, X Factor, Jason. He's tried it.
Stiggs, yeah.
Yeah, Stiggs has been doing it. I mean, he's not really posting it, or I really haven't seen any posts, but yeah, for a little bit, he was.
It's scary.
And he takes his bass up there. So, he carries his bass with him over there. So, I want to go.
Well, I know that he would do like impromptu raps or whatever you call it, freestyles.
He's so good at that.
He's very good at that. So I figured he probably would implement that into his show. And he's a very charismatic individual.
Yeah. Lexi's here.
Good for him. Hey, Lexi, we were talking about
What's
you.
up,
You're
Lexi?
so cool.
Yeah, we were talking about you.
I was supposed to have lunch with her today.
Chris, it was a great panel. Can't wait to do it again. Oh, no, can't wait to do more. Adrian. Adrian says, love the show, guys. And then
Carla, I need to get together. I just learned of her.
She loves you.
I've been following you. I'm stalking you now, Carla, just so you know.
And then Rebecca. Okay, Lexi's telling you something. Rebecca, no, you're amazing. You're a great MC.
Thanks, Lex.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you. I want to do it more. I want to host the Tejano Music Awards one year.
Really?
If they're still around.
That's cool.
If we can manage to keep them around, that would be cool.
Yeah, see, so she's saying the same thing that I was saying about you being a really good MC on the podcast.
I got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah, keep doing it because, I mean, I took a little break, right around maybe, right after the holidays. I was like, okay, I want to take a little break, right? And I took, I kind of got, and then we started working on my album. It was a little bit later. And then we started working on my album. So that's when I took the break, when we started working on the album. Mm-hmm. Then I kind of lost that momentum.
Oh, for the podcast?
For the podcast. And it took me, and I really haven't gotten it really back since then. But I'm just I'm just staying on it and stuff, that's where I was saying earlier, that's when it gets bumpy. That's when it's you have to kind of go through that, to it's testing you to see if that's what you really want to do. Do you really want to have a podcast? And when I kind of started feeling myself come out of it, I was like, yeah.
Well, my thing was, is there a Tejano audience for podcasts? Do they listen? I didn't think that they would be into a podcast, and I don't know. It seems like they are. I don't know.
I think you get Devin and Lexi on your side.
Yeah, they helped us push the numbers on the podcast a lot.
Having a nice social media podcast, maybe, I think more instead of directing everything on just straight up Tejano music, but it would be like Tejano, it would be based with a lot of your stuff.
I wouldn't mind getting a job as a DJ.
But yeah, see, that'd be cool.
On a radio
but just
station.
keep it about the music and keep it about, and that's what we were saying earlier about keeping it about the music. If you keep it like that, you're I think you'll invest more time and you'll feel more appreciated, and I think it'll give back to you.
Yeah.
Like the podcast itself, like you'll feel it.
And there's a few other podcasts too that I've been watching. I should name them because I can't think of what they're called. Because if you're even one letter off, you'll send somebody to like the wrong podcast. Like there's a podcast called Marked Up, but it's with a K. And I was like, no, not that. I was trying to tell Geneva where to go. I was like, don't go to that one. That's not the guy. It's Mark with a C. And I typed it out and I said, there's the link. You click on that link. Don't go to that other guy. I don't know who that guy is. Don't go to that other guy.
That guy's got hair.
That guy's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, he's got hair.
Don't go to that porn site that I just sent you to. Oh my God, exit.
Chick.
Click, escape.
Control delete.
That would be scary.
You're so dumb, dude.
Do you know that's why Johnny Martinez spells his name the way he does?
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Why doesn't he put the H?
Because there's some dude out there that did some bad things that spells his name with the H. Johnny Martinez.
So he took out the H?
Yeah, so he took out the H. I said, I thought you did it because of Johnny Ramirez in the morning spells exactly the same way too.
Oh,
So
really?
he didn't have an H in his name too. I was like, you copycat,
yeah, look at it.
son of a...
And this is like another picture of your podcast.
I'm trying.
This is cool,
Those
man.
pictures were taken by Ryan Bazan. He's
Good job, Ryan.
Yeah, he makes me feel real comfortable, and we laugh a lot in the studio. He just took pictures with Aisha and a bunch of other people, and he does music videos too. And I haven't done a music video. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for a music video.
To do what? I mean, just like you want to wait for a music video.
I don't know.
Why do you want to wait?
I've seen myself acting. It's not pretty. I feel
But
like
you
I feel like
but
it would
you
do more.
started
It would
doing
do
that.
more harm than good.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
I guess you know yourself. I mean, you know what you're about.
I would really have to see every clip and be like, okay, that looks good. Let me see it. All right, okay, that looks good. Hair, I need hair and makeup in here. I would need so much. I need like an audience. It can't just be me and the camera. I would need people there. That's great, Rebecca.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
because
you. I need an
because you can feed
entourage.
off the audience too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We
so
just got onto
what's this right here?
iTunes.
Oh, cool. This is great.
Yeah, so my podcast
All right,
and the Gibbies podcast are all
I
on
know, I'm
iTunes
slacking.
now.
I'm slacking big time.
Do it. I'll do it for you.
I just need to do it.
You just need to do it.
I can't be making up excuses on why I can't be doing
We'll
stuff.
stop doing that. Just
But
dive
are they?
in.
It's just
dive
a
in.
lot. It's a lot.
It's like $25 a month.
No, not financially.
Oh, okay.
Like just trying to remember everything. But yeah, you gotta write everything down, man.
Yeah, you have to have your
There's
list.
just so many factors that can slow
But you have to
down.
do that for everything.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
You get in the shower, you gotta wash certain things first, and then that one thing you gotta wash that last.
Yeah. What's that?
This is the Soto band when I was living in LA. That's the band I always perform with when I'm in California.
Nice.
And that's how I learned stage presence. I mean, not technically. All of his lead vocalists have gone on to do really great things. One of them was a backup vocalist for Pink. The other one was a backup vocalist for Christina Aguilera. I was a
Wow.
backup vocalist for Janet Jackson. They're all he just has the best singers in his
Wow.
band, and myself included.
Nice. Boom. Put it down,
Boom,
mama.
boom, boom, bam.
Yeah.
But he's the one that forces you to sing all those Tina Marie songs in the original keys. And that's not an easy thing to do. But you have to challenge yourself. And, you got to stretch your vocals so that you can have a broader range. And, and I
Yes,
don't
man.
challenge myself
That's why-
anymore.
That's why on that thing I'm telling you about, that other project, that other band I was mentioning earlier, it's stretching me out.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, so it's, I've been taking some voice lessons. I've been kind of working on myself a little bit. So this is a really good test to learn new tunes, play piano keys and just kind of get more back into
the
it.
fresh chord progressions that are hip now.
That and then just, and then still developing with the rhythm section of the band too. That's good. That feels really, really nice.
I love doing mashups.
Huh?
Mashups.
Yeah, those are great.
I love mashups. We did this
Yes.
show called High School Musical. You know the movie High School Musical? Well, Disney had a spin-off television competition program called High School Musical, Get in the Picture. And whoever won the singing competition had a cameo on the film. So they recorded a song, and their music video ran while the credits ran at the end of the last film, the High School Musical 3. And that was so much fun. And we did so many mashups. Peter Mike Escovedo was the musical director on that show, and Wes Quave was my counterpart because I was a vocal producer on that show. So we did all the vocal productions, but Peter Michael was the one who said, these are the songs that we're going to do. These are the songs that are okayed, and we're going to do all of them simultaneously. So they would just go back and forth, like genius, how he mashed the songs together and all the different ideas and concepts and stuff. And it just blew my mind on the daily how gifted that guy is. He was one of my first interviews on my podcast, Peter Mike Escovedo. And he's just a genius, because he's a percussionist. Wow. But he manages to be the musical director in all of his endeavors. Have you ever seen that?
Well, not really like that, but I will say that one of the guys that does not know this, because I hardly even know him to begin with, but when we were doing the country tours and we were touring with Alan Jackson.
Oh, huh.
This guy, man, I can't remember his name either, but he was the manager, like the road manager for Alan Jackson. You know, he took care of everything. But the great thing about him is that once he was done doing that, he would get on stage and grab a guitar and just start jamming and singing backup vocals. And I'm like, that's badass, because he's taking care of business. And, you know, and I kind of grew up like that because of my dad.
He has a musical understanding, too.
Yeah, and then, because my dad worked in a music store. It's always about commission and consignment and selling and
all the
all that. That's so true. It came out. Lexi says, let's do a Tejano TikTok panel. So many more people we could invite as Tejano.
I have found some other Tejano TikTokers who have massive followings.
Yeah, she's inviting some people.
There's a bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's badass. See how effective she is?
She is.
She's so badass. Hey, what's up, Mireya? I hope Mireya's still watching. I work with her, too.
Hey, girl.
What's up?
Hey, girl. But
and yeah, but that's
one of my biggest my best managers. I hate always having to say this. The manager that got me the most work, he originally was a child prodigy keyboard player, piano player, and he ended up going on tour with All for One and I Swear, and he was their keyboard player. And he managed my career for a minute. He's the one that got me on the Janet Jackson tour. And then he decided to go into porn. And now he's one of the biggest, most successful porn producers in the Valley. And he came out on that on that TV show with the guy from Kiss. What's the main guy from Kiss? Yeah, the band Kiss.
Paul Stanley?
No.
Oh, Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons had his own TV show with his family, and they go to Las Vegas, and in Las Vegas they're having the awards, porn awards or whatever, and my friend makes a cameo in that episode. He brings like girls to Gene Simmons and brings them back to their hotel room or whatever. Okay, wait, no. Yeah, that's my buddy, Jeff Mullen. That was my manager.
That's crazy.
But he also, you know, he was a brilliant musician, and
I would never see that
it's
combination.
Weird. It's weird where you go.
Well, you know, there's this. I went to Austin to the Elephant Room, and there was this man playing this incredible trumpet, right? I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing. But what he really does is he's a surgeon.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's a surgeon. I don't know. I think a heart surgeon or something like that.
That Korean guy, the comedian guy, he's a doctor.
Lawyer.
No,
doctor?
He's a doctor.
Oh, he's a doctor, yeah.
Yeah. And
the guy from Hangover?
Yeah. I got sick when I was living in Orange County once, and I called my buddy Rick Gutierrez And I was all crying. And I was like, oh, I'm sick. I don't know what to do. And I can't sing. And he was like, let me call my buddy.
Yeah.
He's a doctor. And I was like, who's your buddy?
Yeah.
And it was that guy. I was like, I'm not going to go to that guy. He's not a doctor. He's an actor. He's like, no, he's actually a doctor. I was like, dude, shut up, fool. I mean, a real doctor, fool. But yeah, he's a real doctor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so like, yeah, there's those people out there that could definitely do it both, man. I love it. Well, check it out. Can you do me a favor?
Sometimes.
I have to do I have to do this. I need to ask everybody. Well, I always ask everybody to sign my guitar.
Oh, okay. There's not enough room on here, man. There's PPCO. There's the
PPCO.
Pipico. How my
It's a
feet are
company.
low, and this
You
is
can
how
sign it anywhere. Like if you want to go on the side, I
I'll
mean,
do the
if there's
side.
no more
I'm gonna tickle your
Rebecca's
underarms
the
right here.
first one to go on the site. She likes it
Pipico.
sideways.
Pipico.
Yeah, we turned that horribly wrong. Mira.
Pipico. Pipico. This is how I pipico. Pico.
Adrian says, I am studying sax to hopefully break into porn biz. Oh my gosh. You can growl on that horn.
Man.
You can growl on that bad boy.
I can honestly say I've never seen any one of his films. But
No?
like I wouldn't even know where to get one unless I just called him directly and say, hey, can I have a sample?
Man, I don't think so.
Can I have a sample one time again? I can't even imagine what it would be like on the set. Just,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I want to play another video. I think we have
Yes,
another video.
let's segue off that subject.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, segue off that subject.
So I'm gonna show this video real quick, and I'm gonna take one more break, and then we're gonna get ready to close out the night. Rebecca, you've been amazing, but
You
first, we're
amazing.
not saying bye. I definitely want to see this cool video. So this is La Promesa.
This is the one actual video that I did. This is why I don't do any more videos. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, this is the right one, right?
This is La Promesa. This song, I believe, was written by Art Guillermo and produced by Art Guillermo. And from Chi-Town. But I love it. I love the pre-chorus or the chorus that it builds.
Yeah.
I just thought
I was
that
listening
was
to it
genius.
earlier. It sounds really nice.
It's a real good song.
And Art, man, he's so talented.
Yeah,
a
I
very
wish
talented
my
man.
album had like hit huge for people like Art because he deserves it for the work that he put in and the great
And
songs that he
he's a
writes.
big part of this industry, man.
He does.
Yeah, kudos to that guy, man. Love you, Art. All right, let's check out this song. All right, man, you guys been marked up.
solo para mí. Yeah.
I bought in California.
Those are all the clothes you bought in California?
And then I had to come home.
Oh, wow, man. That's a beautiful song. And you were saying, because I know I can feel your pain about not being so fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
your
a
pain on
curse.
that.
It's a curse.
It is, you know. And
I told my husband, because he speaks both very well. I know he's got relatives that have been here even longer than he has, because he wasn't born here, but he speaks English really well. And there's people there that have been here like a decade longer than he has, and they still have a really hard time speaking English. So I applaud my husband for that.
Wow.
But to me, people that can speak more than one language, they're like mystical creatures. Like it's magic. I can't do it.
Right.
It must be magic. How can you have two languages in your head simultaneously? I can't wrap my brain around it. It doesn't work. I have words that I know in Spanish and phrases and crap, but my brain refuses to accept how to
something just doesn't connect.
How to paste those words together into a sentence and make it, you know,
make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's gibberish. I might as well be speaking Japanese. I can't do it. It's magic, and those people are magical. They're wizards. They are. They're wizards. They're language wizards.
I feel it.
There's people out there who speak like 5-6 languages. I'm like, how? I barely can speak English properly.
All we got to do is just get you and just throw you over there, and then you just got to survive there.
I think my average
for a
in
couple
English
years.
was 75 average in high school, and that was English.
Yeah.
That was my own language.
Talking about it, English classes.
That was my own language.
Hey, so when's the next show? Your next podcast? Gilberts Roundtable at the Hunter Roundtable.
And we got to get an actual roundtable.
Nice.
They keep calling me out. I see edges on that table. There shouldn't be corners on the round table. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I have to get a round table, and I feel like these first 3 episodes were testing the waters.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that we should, put the effort into, and I think Gilbert knows that, and I know that, and the panelists have certainly seen the power of 4 individuals coming together,
mm-hmm.
and
it brings people together.
It does. We've established these alliances that weren't there before, and because there were cliques. There are a lot of cliques.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, can I just get into a clique? Like, what do I got to do? Do I have to have somebody beat me up in the bathroom and like brand me or something so I can be a part of the crew? I want to be in your crew. And now I feel like I'm going to be a part of all the crews.
Right.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Sorry. I found friendship
That's
and
great,
love
man.
on the round table.
But that's good, man. But I just think to get over some of that is like self development. Like I'm learning that. Just trying to work on myself a little bit more, like taking the voice lessons. I've been talking to another buddy of mine about getting back on piano. Just even going, like learning the songs and just whatever. I'm just changing things around, whatever I do. But lately it's been that. It's just, I appreciate it, man. It's like, oh, cool, man. I'm kind of seeing this again. And so it's kind of like, almost like, this is what I've been missing all these years, and then,
you talk like you've been out of it for such a long
well,
time.
I've been, no, not out of it. No, not out of it, but out of this part, like just kind of getting back into just getting back into the skill, getting another board, like just kind of.
Do you have to like grease up your fingers before? Is there something that you do?
No.
Crack, crack.
I do have to stretch this damn arm though because
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of pain right here.
Oh man, I don't know how drummers do it, dude. First of all, 4 tempos going on simultaneously.
Man, you'll see me like doing a lot of this bending.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I go like that.
Check out the nerves. You into Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 3 kids, man. How can I not be? I'm into all the things, all of them, constantly. Now they're into just watching random families on YouTube. Like there's this family that they watch called the Royals, the Royal Family, whatever. Golly, they're just people with that's their job is to promote crap. So they're like, we spent $30,000 on this equipment, and it's all these different components, and you can have it too. And I'm like, no, we can't, man. Stop telling kids that their parents can buy them this crap because I can't buy them any of it. Oh, man. Because my kids ask for stuff on the daily. I saw this thing, and I really need to have it. Like, yeah, his dad drives a Ferrari, a green one. It's bad enough as a Ferrari.
I have a
and then
green-
they had him painted it green.
Kia. No, Kias are good cars, I hear, man. I've never had a Kia, but I hear a lot of good things about them. Who said, let me see. I'm sorry, go ahead.
My friend had a purple Kia, and the paint, fell off of it.
Oh, my gosh. Arguetamo says, Rick Valderrama, Arguetamo produced 4 of my last 5 albums. He is amazing.
He is amazing. And he's a nice guy, and his family's all sweet and stuff. And his son works, oh my gosh, now I can't think of what his son does, but he does production as well.
Yeah, he lives right here.
Yeah, and he's just
literally,
really
2
smart
blocks
guy
down.
and a nice guy.
Yeah.
And, you want to...
I ran into him one day.
You don't want to you assume that somebody's so talented and their family is gifted or whatever that I don't know why I would think that they're assholes. And they're not. They're really nice people. Yeah. I feel like maybe my shyness has prevented me from becoming a part of anything because I'm like, well, what if they don't accept me? And what if they're too cool for school and I'm not? What if I say the wrong thing? Because I'm known for saying the wrong. I put my foot in my mouth a lot and I talk way too much. But I get worried sometimes that people are like, oh, Rebecca's here again.
Really?
Shut up, Rebecca's here. Shut up. Hey, Becky. Hey, okay.
Like on Friday?
Yeah. Hey, how you
Miss
doing?
Parker? Yeah, so this is... Still there? What's up, Lexi?
We love Lexi.
Yeah, man. But dude, this has been amazing. You've done a lot, Rebecca.
I wrote a children's book.
Oh, you did?
I wrote a children's book. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Princess Melody and the Island of Serendipity. And it's the story that I made up to get my kids to go to sleep at night. So
Did it work?
I got all the crap. I got clouds. I got castles. I got
Who did your artwork?
Unicorn. I did it myself.
Really?
I did it on Canva, and I released this. It's a digital book, but it was fun. And my husband kept telling me, "You need to just write the book. Just do it." I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. Just do it." One day, I just told myself, "I'm not gonna get up from this table until it's done," and I did it. And I was like, "Holy crap, babe! I did it!" And I got it copywritten and everything too. So I got that paperwork in the mail. I was like, "Look."
How many pages is it, or like digital pages? And
I don't know. It's not real long. It's a short little story. It's about this princess who she lives in the castle in the clouds, and her family reigns over the cloud people, but they're all magical, and she doesn't have any powers. And since she's the oldest, and the dad needs to hand his throne to somebody, he doesn't want to hand it to her unless there's magic. So he forces her to get married, basically, and she says, I don't want to do it. So then she fights off all these guys, and she wins because she's super talented aside from not having any magic. And the dad gets mad and sends her down to the island of Serendipity, where she finds herself, and she finds that all the creatures on the island of Serendipity are magical except one, and he's a Mustang. And as she befriends the Mustang, and when they finally trust each other enough, she gets on his back, he sprouts wings, and they find their magic through trust, and they fly back up to the clouds. And she becomes queen.
That's nice.
Yeah. So it's a lot longer than that, but that's the story that I tell my kids.
How did you come up with that story?
Just, man, you'll do anything to get them kids to go to sleep. It's shy of giving them NyQuil at night. Go to bed already.
It worked?
And it worked. They loved that story, and they kept asking me for it. My husband has another story. His is actually, in my opinion, better than mine because of the clever titles. It's a family. It's a group of clouds, and there's and the wind, and the cloud is talking to the wind. The wind's talking to the sun, and the clouds wants to hook up with this other girl cloud, and his name is Gus. Because Gust, get it? Anyways. Claude and Claudette, Claudia, or whatever. I can't remember what the names are, but he tells them this story about how the sun and the wind brought these two clouds together so that they can live forever together in the sky. And I'm like, oh, yours is yeah,
that is nice.
Mine's got magical creatures on it and knights because she kills the other knights. Yeah, I didn't actually add that part, and then I took it out. Yeah, she killed you. I kill you. I kill you. I kill you. There's nobody left, Dad. It's just me. No, I literally killed everybody else. You're gonna have to make me queen. No, but that was fun. There's a lot, and then that and the comedy, the podcasts.
The comedy.
Where I'm gonna go back to work this year for the Network for Young Artists in September. I'm gonna be an instructor there. I don't know if their prices went up, but last time I worked there, it was about $15 a month to get unlimited classes. You get keyboard, guitar,
amazing,
vocal. I actually teach kids how to compose a song on GarageBand so they can just start doing it themselves. And then, so that's going to be fun because I'll be doing that again soon. And then just whatever. I think my ultimate goal is to be a member of the Royal Court for Fiesta. That's what I want to do.
Royal Court?
I want to be La Fea.
La Fea.
La Rea Fea. Or Reina Fea. Or whatever you call it.
Mira, está fea.
Está fea, mira. Esa fecha. I heard they do the Mud Fest every year. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they have a
Do
mud
they actually
fest.
get in the
I don't
mud?
know too much about it, but I know that it's there.
I don't want to do mud.
No?
Nah. I want the...
You gonna be clean?
I want the orb and the friggin' scepter. Bow before me. I am your queen now.
Oh, man, you're funny, man.
Queen, yes.
Yeah, the queen. She's here, party people.
Queen. Queen of cervezas. Sorry. I get way too excited about certain things.
Oh, that's funny, man.
That's my goal.
Man. Thank you so much for being here, man. This has been awesome, man. Do you know how to work a microphone, girl?
That's what she said.
Órale. And we'll do it again. Man, it'd be nice to have you and Johnny.
We're a pair. I love that guy so much.
He's like a
so brother
much
to
last
me.
week. Oh my gosh. Did you hear him talking about you last week?
I did. I didn't get to hear the whole thing because I got kids that ruin everything. But but I love.
Yeah, he loves you.
I loved the road trips that Johnny and my mom and I had.
Yeah.
And he's just always been such a good, trusted friend, and he invited me and my mom, and I think Baby Mary. and some other of my girlfriends to this party. He says, we never invite girls to this party. And it was with Los Despos. And there was a bonfire, and there were these, what do you call it, four-wheelers? RCVs or CVR, I don't know, whatever. And
ATV?
yeah, whatever, yeah.
ATV, all terrain.
ATV, MTV. And it was just, I felt like in that moment, like I had been accepted into something. Like I felt like that was like if this was a fraternity, that they accepted me into their fraternity that day. Yeah, and I was like, oh, can I have these fajitas? Are they good? Can I have fajitas? Your fajitas? Yeah. I was like, okay. So I need to get drunk now. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm ready. I felt like I was being initiated into something. Yeah. I was like, am I in now? Am I in the group now? We're in the group now. And my mom was like, yeah, we're in the group. I think we're in. We're friends now. We're officially in the cool club. And it was all Johnny's fault. And we've been having fun with Johnny ever since.
John,
so,
yeah,
I wish Johnny would go back to doing those celebrity sports events.
Yeah, that was good.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
I would love to do that to just hang out with.
You should watch last week's show because we talked about the very first time he met Emilio, which was through me because I took him to play flag football. And I wanted him to be a part of, because I already had known
Emilio
Johnny.
did a lot of that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, man. We had a lot. I think maybe that's where he might have even gotten the idea.
I loved that idea.
It was the band versus the road crew. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
We did that with Janet. We did
did you?
We did softball.
Oh, nice.
A couple of times, and
did she play?
She plays, and I was like, why would I be nervous? It was just a game, but I was so nervous that I was like going to miss the ball and strike out. And I ended up hitting the ball, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to act that whole time.
So where you just stood there, you didn't even run?
I'd never had a conversation with her.
Oh no?
No, for fear that I would put my foot in my mouth and say something stupid.
Did you see her as rude or mean or
no? I just saw her as like unattainable. Not that she wasn't approachable, but I was just so scared.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like the youngest person there, and
you're probably feeling like you have to prove yourself or something.
I don't know. I never could build up the confidence to just be relaxed around her. Yeah, it was like being back in high school because she was surrounded by the dancers, and the dancer mentality is way different from the musician's mentality. I mean, it's like dancers are 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we're totally different animals, and she has to live in both worlds because she's the singer. But I think she was more connected to dancers than she was to the band, so I just sort of stood back. Oh, it's stupid. I don't even have a picture with her, like.
Really? Dude, I was wondering why there wasn't a picture of you and her.
I couldn't. I don't know. Couldn't do it. It was weird.
You know what you got to do?
She was my idol.
Just arrange it and go and visit her and take a picture with her.
I don't even know if she'll remember who I am.
What do you mean?
Do you remember that girl that toured with you? I'm like,
that's how it was.
I was a wallflower.
Yeah, dude, but
actually,
one time you're really bringing this down because really that's on your resume, man.
It is. It's on my resume.
You know, it's.
I hung out mostly with the crew.
Huh?
I hung out with the crew.
Yeah.
I made friends with the crew, and there was this one time where we got invited by Bruce Willis. Invited us to an opening or an event at one of the Planet Hollywood places somewhere in Europe, somewhere. And we showed up, and Bruce Willis is on stage with his harmonica. And they said, we have an area for you upstairs, so you can, like, a VIP area. And I was like, okay. We go up to the VIP area, and I was so just at that point tired of, like, walking on eggshells all the time. And my personality is really, especially at 18, I'm crazy now, but I was dumb then. And so I was just tired of constantly editing myself for the people around me, and because I didn't feel like I could be myself, and they had Crystals, and people were drinking Crystals, and I was like, I don't want this. I said, they're like, well, this is free. I'm like, yeah, I make money. Why do I need free shit. I said, I want a Corona. I want it dressed. And this is me at 18, mind you. And they brought me a Corona, and I did the thing with the deal, and I hit it on because I saw my brother do that growing up. And it fuzzed up, and I drank the whole thing just in fury of just being fed up. And that day, the dancers came up to me, and they were like, you know, Rebecca, we were wrong about you. You don't take shit from nobody, and you make your own decisions. And you really showed, you know, you really impressed us today. And I was like, motherfucker, what? That was your takeaway from me ordering a beer. And
wow.
Yeah, it was just so weird. Just dancers are weird. But I was like, after that, I was like, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I can't wait to get off of the road. I want to go home and see my mom. And I didn't do another tour after that.
Oh, okay.
I only worked in television after that.
Yeah.
So
well,
I wanted to work
that's a
with
kick-ass stepping stone,
it
man.
It did open a bunch of doors for me, but honestly, the projects that I did after that with like Peter Mike and Sheila E., those doors were already open to me before the Janet thing.
Got you.
So it was a wonderful experience, and I hope that anybody would get that chance. Just know that you are stuck with these people for an extended period of time. So your personality has to mesh with their personality, and if it doesn't, then you are constantly going to be walking on eggshells to try and adjust who you are to fit what their narrative is for what they want from you or whatever.
And then sometimes it's just so hard because you're going against so many of your morals and so many of what you like things that you believe in.
People lie about you. They said that I slept with this one photographer guy, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that guy was gay. Like, when would I have had the chance to sleep with that, like, enormous? He was like 6'7", bald black dude from, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, photographer guy. Like, why? No, I didn't. And no, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
but you know, it's all an experience. We all go through it.
Didn't know anything like that happened while I was a Everybody expects to hear these great, amazing, inspirational stories.
I get that because I always express to everybody that the road is not exactly what it. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's
a dichotomy about it, just like with any career choice.
Like any career.
If you're in a cubicle situation, there's always going to be that person who thinks they're the boss, that person who thinks they're too cool for school, that person who's too shy, that person who's too crazy, that person who's disgusting. And you have to have there's always going to be those people. There's always going to be that same formula no matter what. But you have to get out there and you have to do it because you have to find your place in that position. What is your role? And then just play that role and be fine with who you are.
That's it.
Yeah, just if I had known that, if I would have just been me, and I think people would have enjoyed me, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm actually a nice person. Right. But I was trying to find relationships outside of that main unit. And I shouldn't have. I should have just been like, this is me and this is who I am. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. And you want to fire me, then fire me for being happy. I guess there's worse things to get fired for.
There's a lot of
but
mental
that's why I did
like blocking that you have to create for yourself and
compartmentalize.
It kind of sucks, man. But you know what?
Yeah, there's always one person you want to punch in the throat. Yeah. When you're touring.
Yeah.
And it's
I got
and that person is usually really good friends with the boss. Yeah. Son of a bitch! Why is this person always here? They don't serve a purpose, and they're just big fat jerks. And I'm just gonna punch them in the throat. And they're best friends with the boss for some reason. Best friends. But yeah.
So thank you for being here.
Sorry, I kept you here for like hours.
No, hey man. No, I love this show. I love doing this. I love doing this.
Is there anybody still
watching?
No,
you need to leave.
Oh my God,
you need to leave.
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, I want to have you and Johnny back. I don't want to say too much because I want you and Johnny together.
Let's do it. That's my brother from another mother.
Yeah, man. And he's got some cool ideas too, man. We were talking about that Doña Juana. Oh my gosh, man! Yeah, go
my
watch
husband
last
saw
week's
that
show.
and he was like, "What the
Yeah,
heck's
watch-
going on over here?"
Yeah, watch last week's show. That one's funny, man. Because of course we're always kidding around, but you know he had that video, and it's just like I was like, how'd you even come up with that idea?
My
you know?
kids and I duetted
Do
that
ya?
on TikTok. He
Did
did
ya?
it on TikTok.
Oh my
with his-
gosh!
I said, "Oh my
Nice.
God, girls, look! You gotta
That's
come
awesome.
look at Uncle Johnny. Is that Uncle Johnny?"
That's awesome, man. See, that's the support right there,
Yeah.
man. It's that easy, you know, to
It
support
is.
it. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, man. And all right, guys. Well, you know what, man? I'll see y'all next Thursday again. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you, Rebecca, again, once more. Bam, my girl. I knew it was going to be a good interview.
You've been marked up.
Yeah, you've been marked up.
With Topo Chico 1877, bitches.
Boom. Shelly, thanks for watching. Everybody, Adrian, thanks for watching. Who else was watching? Chris Tristan.
Lexi.
Rick Valarama is still watching. Lexi. I mean, everybody, man. All the brothers and sisters who were hanging out tonight. Thank you so much. If I'm forgetting your name, my bad. All right, we'll see y'all next
bad.
time. Love you guys. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Good night.
Good night.
There's no stopping me. Clear the fog out my head. Up in smoke again. So easy. I left my bags on the low road. Now I'm riding high. Feels like I can fly. So easy. Party people, come on. Party people, come on. Come on, party people, come on. Party people, come on. Party people, come on. Come on, party people, come on. Party people, come on. Party people, come on. Come on, party people, come on. Party people, come on. Party people, come on. Come on, party people, come on.
That's all fucked up. Let's do it one more time. Another track. Yeah, another track.